What's up, everybody?
Hi
Welcome to
guys.
another Vera and Virtue. It's I feel like we have actually quite a bit to talk about this week. Not that we have no problem finding something to talk about,
Oh yeah.
but it feels like quite a bit has just happened this week.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it feels like it's been a month since we've done this show.
I know. We didn't even
Usually
miss last
it
week.
feels like right, usually it feels like it's oh, it was just yesterday we were talking. It feels like it's been such a long amount of time for no reason.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know. I think it's the heat getting to all of us. Like it's been a heat wave for everybody. So how is it over there? Is it any better? Because I know it's just been pretty freaking hot everywhere. Even the UK is melting right now.
Yeah, it's been pretty hot here, but now we're also dealing with the sky being orange from the wildfires in Canada. And so the sky is orange and it's like I'm living in Dune right now. But besides that, it's just been toasty.
It's been toasty, so you're just
Yeah.
just chilling inside, which I don't blame you.
I don't like it.
I decided to venture out for a couple days, let Mama Virtue get out of the house a little bit and experience some, Orlando. And oh, it's been rainy and hot. So I'm like, I got home
Ugh.
this morning after being gone for like 2 days. And I'm like, this is good. I'm going to stay in for a little bit. Because usually, like July and August, I don't like go out a lot because it's really hot,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, all right. I told my mom, I'm like, just wait. I promise you're gonna have months of really good weather and we'll do a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing is like on one hand, I understand that it becomes so oppressively hot there, but on the flip side, it's like that's kind of why you live there almost to be able to go out whenever. So there's pros and cons
Oh
to
yeah.
it.
Listen, I love the sun, so it works for me. Um,
I don't know what
but
the
it's
sun
just
is. I don't go
what is it?
outside, so
Is that the sun?
I am
Um,
so sickly pale all the time. It's insane. So, yeah.
it's all right. It's all
Uh,
right.
it'll be fine. Who needs the sun anyway?
So what have you been playing lately?
I've been playing Black Flag Resynced.
How is that, by
I
the way? Because I haven't tuned in because I'm like, maybe I should experience it for myself, even though I already know the story. But
I mean, it's really good. There are issues with the remake itself because there is a little bit of censorship. All of the like NPC women's they look like cave trolls, except for
really? They did
Anne
that?
and Caroline. Besides those two women, they all look like trolls, which is unfortunate. There's censorship with like the masts or the ship heads, like ooh, the wooden women suddenly have bras on. Like, why would you ever do that? That's
That
so
was a choice.
stupid. But besides that, I do think like a lot of AAA games now, it has some technical issues. It is a bit buggy, it is a bit glitchy. But I mean, the core gameplay loop and story and everything is really good just because Black Flag is such a good game.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to give it a try.
Every
I think
5 minutes, I'm like, Wicked would love this. So Wicked would love this.
I'll get it. There's also, hold on a second. I have to pull it up. I don't know if it's gonna be this week or next, but I'm gonna be playing this game with Jay called oh
This
my
game.
god. Yeah, it's called This Game. Check it out, guys.
Uh-oh.
Um
I'm scared.
Dear Passengers, a new chaotic co-op action game. You know what? Let me just play the
I
clip for you
saw
guys.
the I
You
saw
don't
the
have to be an
video
actual
of like
play.
of the stupid bean guy like buckling somebody in on a plane, and beside that I didn't watch the rest of the trailer.
Well,
I
here,
said, "Nope, that's literally not for me."
well, I will let you know if it is. It looks
Yeah, these
funny.
things they look like thumbs. Ew.
So it's pilot the plane or manage the cabin, physics-based passenger chaos, dynamic weather, and emergencies. Launching
Is this
in
like
20 was it even
hijacker
out yet?
simulator? What is this?
I don't even know if it's out yet. Is Jay here?
Stupid bird.
Maybe we'll think about it. Hi Jay, is this out yet?
It just says 2026. What's it called? Free passenger?
Dear passengers.
Dear passenger. No, this isn't even. It just says 2026 is planned. This shit isn't gonna come out in the next week.
Oh, okay, so we're not playing it this week. See, you know what? I didn't.
It just says 2026. That means it could come out 2027. It could be delayed.
So Jay sent this to me, and I was just like, "Oh, you want to play it this week?" I don't know. I didn't read this part. I didn't read this part. Why? I don't want to.
Women
read.
these days. So what is reading even for?
I don't read.
I'm kind of the same way. Like, I will see a trailer and I'll just watch it, and then I'll go look for other information if I think it looks good. Because otherwise, why would I take the 2 extra seconds to read details about it if I'm never going to play it anyway?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know what? On a very sad note, I think we should start the stream here, talking about Mr. Sam Neill. Rest in peace. Obviously,
I was shocked.
You know, this thing, people were like, he had cancer. Why were you shocked? It's like, well, when somebody beats cancer, it is shocking. And like, yes, he's 78, but we know people like freaking, what was Betty White, like 99?
Yeah.
So yes, 78 is up there, but since he beat cancer, like I imagine that for his poor family and friends, that it was just heartbreaking because, like, he struggled with the cancer and then beat that, and then just he was healthy apparently, and then he's just gone. So that's definitely, I would still classify that as unexpected.
Yeah, and especially when you are just a fan of someone and you're on the outside looking in, you don't have a lot of details except for the very generic, he, like, in this case, he beat cancer and that was it. We didn't know that over the past couple of weeks, apparently his health had been in decline and that he was struggling. And so it comes as more of a shocker when that happens.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's very sad. So I probably have like the most basic, I wouldn't say basic because this is one of some people's favorite franchise, right? I love Jurassic Park. That was my introduction to him, and that is my favorite movie that he was in. I also thought, I mean, he's been in quite a few. We'll get to that list in a minute. I want to know like your take on what your favorites, were. We almost got him as James Bond, but as Vara looked up because she did her journalist stuff before the stream, the reason why we didn't get him as James Bond was because he was very close with Pierce Brosnan and he really wanted the role, so he backed out so his friend could do it. And I'm not mad about that because Pierce is my favorite Bond, so I'm okay with that. But it would have been nice to get just like one movie with Sam Neill as Bond. That would have been very cool.
That would have been great, even if it was just like a standalone movie. I don't think that every actor needs to be in like 5 movies or even a trilogy in order to be cast. Like, I don't agree with that. I always think that, sure, you can have an overarching plan, but a standalone movie still needs to be a good standalone movie. And sometimes we should just get one-off movies with actors who have a lot of potential. And this would have been a really good example of that.
Yeah. And he had a lot of like really sweet things. Here, let me actually go to my profile here. I retweet. Like this was his thing. Aww. Like he posted cute little, just like Twitter needs this. We need just wholesome content. And this, I don't know if this was from 2018, but I seen somebody else repost it. So like, I was like, oh, I need to put this on now. Like, it says, yes, things can look a little glum at present, but for now, cheer up from us. Look at a little piggy. Well, it's a big piggy. But
yeah, that's like a murderous piggy.
that pig will eat you. He ain't cute, okay? And then this, I actually have this game. I should have brought it in, but I think I may have showed it off on one of our streams, the Jurassic Park for Super Nintendo, which I didn't particularly love it.
With the stream with Dan Bask.
That's right.
Yes.
It wasn't fully my thing. But
it's
it is
to have.
It's like I'm glad that I have it. I got it for like $3 and it works. So hey, but yeah, this is a cute little game if you're a Jurassic Park fan. And this is it says, just in case you never saw the ending, which I didn't. So this person sharing this, thank you, nostalgic gamer. Yeah, this it's a fun little side scroller, but it was kind of like tough. It was, I don't know. I tried. I think Jay was in my Discord while I was playing this and just like, wow.
Kill the dinosaur. You see that dinosaur? Kill it. Get it.
He was a lot of help. For sure.
Of course. I'm not particularly shocked there.
Yeah,
But
no.
yeah, I mean, I haven't played it though. Of course, Jurassic Park is such a amazing movie. It's such a classic and I love it so much and that would probably be my number one from him. But he was also in a lot of other really good movies. Like Event Horizon is such a good film. You have Hunt for Red October, that's another one. In the Mouth of Madness, good solid one. There he was also in a lot of series like Peaky Blinders, The
Yeah.
Tudors. The
He was
Tudors had a Henry Cavill in it as well.
I have to watch that.
Yeah, it's about Henry VIII and all of his in his all of his wives. But like a lot of period pieces, which were really
Yes.
good.
He was really good in Peaky Blinders. Like, because for me, I'm used to like the main role that I know him from is Jurassic Park. So we see him as
Mhm.
the good guy. So seeing him like take on that role in Peaky Blinders, I was like, whoa. Not that I was surprised that he had range, but I was like, he plays a good little like villain, you know?
Yeah.
He did a very good job. And I forgot that he was in Bicentennial Man, but to be fair, I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
Yeah, I haven't
So,
either.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Let's see what.
Merlin as well. It's
Okay.
true. There's see,
Oh,
this is the thing is there's so many movies, and I was pissed the other day. I think actually it was.
just
I
the
think it
other
was
day. I
last.
thought you're
I think it
always
was
mad.
last. Well, yeah, I know. I think it was last night. I saw it actually, where I saw a list of like his highest rated movies. I hate normies. Normies are a plague to the world and to society. These people were rating like the Thor movie he was in as being one of his best freaking movies. What do
I didn't
you
even know
mean?
he was in that. I
Hunt,
forgot.
there was a movie that came out like 2015 called like Hunt for the Wilder People or something. Haven't seen it. They rated that number one. What do you mean? That's number one.
You know what? Those are people that were like, I don't want to say Jurassic Park because like I
That's like
actually
the
know him.
safe answer.
That's like going through someone's discography, like someone like Michael Jackson, for instance, or the Beatles, and picking some like obscure song that not everyone knows about. And be like, well, that's
Right.
actually my favorite. Like, okay,
you know,
I don't believe you.
we need I don't know. We need Thanos because half of the world's population, these people are boneheads.
Wow, that's actually nice. A nice way to put it. Are you feeling okay?
I know. It's the heat.
Is
It's
he
getting to
getting to
me.
you?
Yeah. I don't have the energy to be angry.
Yeah, he played in Thor Ragnarok.
He played like an Odin
Oh, I was saying he was
actor.
Odin actor.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I don't remember. And who
Which
was
is
he in
such
the
a
Vow?
stupid throwaway role. And yet that was like the thumbnail image that like I want to say it was like comic book news was using. Are you kidding me?
If you don't put Jurassic Park as number one, like just go. You could like other movies, but if you're not gonna even just like count Jurassic Park as one of his greatest roles, like just goodbye. Okay.
If you're not,
Goodbye.
if that, okay, you might have a personal favorite above Jurassic Park, but if Jurassic
Yeah.
Park is not in your top three when talking about him, you're just wrong, and
You're
it's
just
just the
wrong.
way that it is.
Yes,
It's terrible.
it's terrible. Let's see what else we have here. There was that picture of him and the pig. It's so cute.
It is cute.
Even though that thing probably would kill me.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I'd be dead. But that's because as I always like to point out, I'm a white woman and so like if I saw a tiger cub, I'm picking that shit up. I'm at least going to die happy. If there's a fucking giraffe walking down the road, I'm going to go over to that giraffe. I might die, but at least I'm going to die a happy person.
Yeah, she's really a Disney princess, guys, but like
It would
a
kill
different
me,
kind.
but
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
She's gonna try to sing to it. Oh my gosh. So this will end here. Laura Dern honors him. And as a true and noble gentleman and my dream leading man, I will love you forever, Dr. Alan Grant. Jurassic Park is one of those movies because I was probably too young to see it when I seen it, right? Like we watch it now and we're just like, oh, this is a cool like action. It's like I guess it could be considered scary or horror, but as kids, this is a straight up horror film, okay? Because you think it could happen.
Yeah.
I thought it could really happen. I remember me and my cousin, like, if we had like a cup of water,
When
and
mom's like,
ripples
"Do you want to
happened,
go
we're
to the
like,
zoo after you've
No.
watched freaking Jurassic Park for the first time?" You're like, "No, I don't want to go to the zoo."
see a mosquito, immediately kill it because it could bring back the dinosaurs.
Yep.
Like, but no, it just sits with me, right? Like green jello and water. I automatically think of that scene because when I was a kid, if we seen a cup of water, like I remember me and my cousin specifically, if we seen like a ripple on a cup of water, we were like, the T-Rex is coming. Like, kids, their imaginations. And now I just think of that now, even as an adult, if I see like a ripple in a cup of water, I'm like, the dinosaurs are coming.
Oh.
Better start running now. But rest in peace, Sam Neill. He will he's someone that's going to live on because Jurassic Park is always going to be just
A classic.
a classic. Yeah. Because I
Yep.
mean, that's one of the ones I bring up too when I talk about like the backwards progression of CGI. Because that
Mhm.
was what, 94 that came out? And yes, they used animatronics. People always want to correct me on that. It's like, I know, but they also used some CGI and it looks freaking real. And then you
Yeah.
get like CGI now that looks like it was like some early 2000s cartoon. Like, have you ever seen the clip? I don't know if I'd be able to find it. And I don't even know if we would get hit for it, but it was like an Iron Man cartoon that I never watched, but I saw a clip of it and it was like they did 3D CGI like during one of his transformation scenes just for 1 second and it looks so ridiculous. Like it's the
I
regular
do not
2D.
know what you're talking
Oh
about.
my gosh, it's like Iron Man in the regular like 2D animation, and then just for some reason they decided to put up the budget for about 10 seconds, and it looked bad, but it was at the time it was probably like
That sounds
ooh.
insane.
I want to see if I can find it. Like I have way too many saved things on like Instagram, but that was where I found it. So I can try to find it, but I save way too many like
I don't even know what I would be searching.
like Iron Man's 3D CGI change or something because it was when he was like transforming into his suit. So you might be able to find it quicker than me. I don't even know if I bookmarked it, but it was I don't know. I guess there was like controversy around it. I don't know what the controversy was. I just seen the clip and I was like, what is this? and I wish I would have saved it. I might have, but I have too many like
Maybe
silly
somebody
videos.
else will know what you're talking about.
They might. Anybody, I think it was from the 90s or the early 2000s. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, give me a thumbs up so I know I'm not crazy and I seen it. It's not going to be in my browser history. It was on Instagram, like on my phone. So that would be,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
You'll have to
no.
send it to me if you can find it.
I'll try to find it. It was pretty funny. And I might have bookmarked it, but I go a little too hard on Instagram between like food videos and funny videos and like dogs and stuff. Wait a minute. I found
Yeah.
it. Heck yeah. Okay, hold on. I found it.
I'm like
Hold on.
preparing myself to see Nightmare Fuel.
Okay, here we go. I'm not going to put the sound on. We're just going to watch. Okay, 30 years later, and I still can't figure out why they would CGI Iron Man mid-scene. Here we go. Watch this. It's so freaking weird.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
Get ready. I don't even know how I stumbled upon
I don't
this.
want to know how cursed this is actually going to be.
It's going to be pretty bad.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like you set your PC settings to fucking low or ultra low.
Yeah. Yeah, they were. I don't know why they aired this. Like,
Yeah,
just-
why- did they think that was just like
There we
good
go.
enough? Like that's not just like, oh, it's only like a 2-second little like glitch or something. That's pretty hard to ignore.
Yeah, it is. Let me get a couple supers real quick. TJ Spices, you also thank you for the $2 super sticker, and you sent a $2 super chat that for some reason didn't star. It was like way before we started saying hi to Vera
Hi.
and that you were here. Thank you for that. I'm
YouTube-
sorry.
Well, I guess it's not YouTube, but it's StreamYard is really annoying with that. So like when I am gonna start a stream, if there's a dono before the stream actually started, I just keep the chat scrolled all the way up so
Yeah.
that it's there. So I just can click it once.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a good idea. Normally, I don't know. I've had like plenty of times that people have super
It
chatted before a
works,
stream
and
starting,
it's
but
fine.
yeah.
Yep.
But I'm glad I saw it. Thank you, TJ. And Mark, thank you for the 2 heat and humidity Dan Vask. Yeah. I should upload some of my Dan clips onto our thing here.
Yes.
I'll get to it. I gotta update the clips. And TJ, thank you for the 50. All hail
Hi.
Queen Vara.
Hope you're
Yes.
doing good.
She's a queen and I wouldn't say Disney princess, but what would you pick for animation? Like if you were a princess, what would be your thing? Because you're gonna pick up tigers, so you've got the princess, some kind of princess. I'll let her think on it. She's gonna pick something so obscure, probably.
Just like a princess?
Yeah, like a studio or a game that that you wouldn't mind being a part of their universe.
I mean, Zelda's life fucking sucks. I just gotta keep it a buck. I mean, yeah, Zelda would be great for like 2 seconds, and then I'd realize, yeah, this is not the life I want to live.
She's her own princess, okay?
But she's
There you
great.
go. Living
I don't know, though.
I don't know. Well, we'll come back to that. Saw, thank you for the 5. Do you realize that you are sitting on the toilet at 11:59 and the clock strikes midnight? It's the same crap, different day. I know I probably butchered that a little bit. You know, you didn't get us with it. You got like a little smile, but I feel like she's just trying to be nice right now. I'm gonna make her laugh.
Yeah, you started chuckling. No, wicked. No, that one doesn't count for me, but it counts for her. She can take the point this time.
Hokies, thank you for the 10. What did one hat say to the other? You stay here. I'll go on ahead. That actually made Vera mad. Like she had a smile and now it's gone.
No,
now it's gone.
That is not all right.
Also, booked my trip for Dallas Fan Expo. Awesome. Make sure you come by the Ribbon booth and say hello. Mark of Reality, thank you for the 5. Does it have a Canadian woman pilot mission where they land upside down? Did that happen? Like in real life? I don't know.
Probably.
You can clarify if you want, Mark, but don't worry about it. We're just women. We don't know everything, right? It's a little bit of stuff. Well, Vera kind of knows everything, especially when she puts on her journalist hat.
True.
It's very true. Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. Giraffes won't hurt you. Moo Dang will. Yeah.
That's
Remember
that little
craze?
hippo. Isn't he like a little hippo?
He's a hippo. Hippos are murderous. You're like, oh, he's
and
so
now
cute.
he's big and fat and an adult.
he?
Nobody cares about him.
He grew up and
Well, I haven't heard anybody talk about him, so I'd assume.
So Ian had to bring him back up just so we don't forget. Never forget.
Yeah.
Moo Dang. I almost said it wrong. See?
Close enough.
Close enough. I tried. So I want your thoughts on this. I think we both probably feel kind of the same way about this, but I didn't ask you. Oh, it was a Delta flight. Thank you. Clarified. I don't know how I actually feel about this. A new Nightmare on Elm Street film is in development at Paramount.
I want it to be good, and because that's just like my default is I want everything to be good, but will this be good? Probably not.
I feel
have
like
no faith.
They have done so much. Like they literally made a movie, which this movie was fine. Which one was it called? The one where the actors were like themselves in it, but then like Freddy just like still manifested, right? And like when I over Nancy's son in the movie, right? You know what I mean? Like they've done so much. I liked Freddy versus Jason. They tried to reboot it and like have us sympathize a little bit with Freddy, and that didn't go over. What was it, like 2019 or something, or 2009? No, it was 2009. 2019. It was 2009 or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere right around there.
I don't know. Like after like 2010, it's all downhill from there. Like I don't remember things. So it's all a blur. It's not going to be Robert Englund because he's already said, which I understand. He's been playing this character since, what was it, like 85 or something?
Yeah. Which I understand. You know, he is best known for this role, obviously, but at the same time, there comes a point where you kind of need to hand off the role to somebody else before. I don't want to say before you can't give them like tips or pointers or talk to them about it, because ultimately a company will still do that. They do not care if they want to replace you, they will replace you. But I think that because he is basically done, it's just like, well, you might as well just let him retire from the role. Even though I personally don't know who could replace him.
Yeah, I feel like he is just Freddy. Like he's got that charisma and he can do that dark,
I
twisted
don't
comedy. Like I'm sure they could find somebody, but there's been so many movies with him already that it's just like we don't need any more.
Yeah, and I don't know if for me it's because the so who comes to the front of my mind is Jamie Campbell Bower, who played Vecna in Stranger Things.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
think maybe the reason why I'm thinking that is because Vecna, that version of Vecna and what Creel did was very similar
It was
to
based on
Freddy.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
think.
was inspired by the character.
Inspired,
So that's
yeah.
kind of maybe that's why like my brain is putting those two together. But I mean he's a pretty good actor. But
Yeah, I like
also
him.
I don't know what the age range they'd be looking for would be.
Yeah, I feel like they would want to start somebody like, someone young because if it
Right.
took off, they're gonna just, I guess, do the
Milk
same
it for
thing
all
they
it's worth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Art the Clown versus Freddy. Freddy would annihilate Art, but maybe I'm
Oh yeah.
biased because I don't like
Well,
the
there's not
Terrifier
I feel
movies,
like
but I
there's
still
not a
think he
lot of
would.
villains that could go against Freddy.
Except for Jason, and we've already
Well,
got that. And it was
right.
great, and it was
Yeah.
great. They left it like open too, right? Like I liked that ending, how he's just like winks at the end, so it's like, all right, so he's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's so
that
good.
was like, I don't know what word to use, but I don't think they could do that again with two horror icons that would be that just like iconic, you know?
Yeah, I think it would be very tough to do, I think, or like
Yes,
live up to the expectations.
especially because they did it with Robert Englund.
Yeah.
Like he was such a good Freddy, and since Jason doesn't talk, you need somebody like that with that level of charisma that can keep it going like that. And I mean, while we're on the topic of Jason and horror films, this one I'm not as like skeptical, I guess, about because I like Linda Cardinelli.
Oh, she's such a good
That's what I mean.
actress.
She's such a good actor. And it's like you want to believe that when people that we like take a role, side note, an example here is Ryan Gosling going on to Star Wars. It gives you a tiny bit of faith about that Starfighter
Yeah.
movie because he's such a good actor. He takes
Well,
good
right.
roles.
I
So
I hope that that turns out to be good because Matt Smith and Ryan Gosling in a Star Wars movie sounds like freaking peak. But my issue, oh, this pisses me off so bad. My issue with modern day Star Wars and so much entertainment is you got a dude who is either morally gray or is a nihilist, hates the world, or maybe a bad person that needs to be reformed, and a fucking annoying kid. And this movie's the same shit. I'm sorry. Obi-Wan and Leia, Mando, Grogu. I don't know.
mhm.
There's others that I can't think of right now, but I've given a list before. I think you can have an adult and a kid story, but do I want that from Ryan Gosling's Star Wars? No. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to
Well,
my TED Talk.
yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, no, I think she's great. So I hope this goes over well. So this is a Crystal Lake first look teaser, and images reveal the origins of Jason Voorhees' mother. So Pamela Voorhees, there was a trailer that dropped, but I don't know if we would get hit for it. So I'm like, let me just pull up the article and look at the stills.
Yeah.
She gets a spotlight in Friday the 13th prequel series Crystal Lake. All episodes of Crystal Lake premiere Thursday, October 15th, only on Peacock. Let's see. Everybody in this world is living in different genre in their minds, Kane says, until they collide with the genre that Pam is in. Kane clarifies Crystal Lake is 100% still a slasher. What's more, the series is set in the 70s. Linda Cardinelli stars as Pamela Voorhees, a mother who gave up a singing career to raise her special needs child, only to take a dark turn when she loses her son, Jason. Callum Vince, yeah. It looks like
Hmm.
and Chucky is playing a young Jason, and Crystal like, is that so? He's right from the Chucky show. I wonder if he was. I forget I watched the first season of Chucky was pretty good, but then it got weird and I didn't continue.
He's 13 right now, so yeah, he was also in the night. He was the kid from Night Agent as well.
Yeah.
He is going to be playing Atreus in the God of War live action.
Okay.
So he's going to be playing Kratos' son.
Okay.
So he's like he's kind of like an up and coming actor right now because he's like 13. So
yeah. So like the only reason I care about this is because of Linda.
yeah,
Because like
I
the
think
first
that
Friday
the
13 wasn't
vibe
great.
in this is so good.
Yeah.
Like the trailer.
She still looks great too.
Yeah,
She looks
she
good.
does. I
She
think
really
for me
does.
though is like the visual style and the aesthetic. It looks so on point. But again, you have to actually have a good story that isn't just like really weird stuff constantly happening and expecting people just to stick with it simply because of the name. And I believe the showrunner for it, Welcome to Derry, is also the showrunner for this, and I liked Welcome to Derry. I
Did
didn't
you?
think
I
that
didn't watch it.
I didn't think that it was like amazing, but I also thought that it was worth watching. So I definitely see that inspiration here too.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm not gonna judge until I see it. Like I don't the first Friday 13th movie is whatever, but it's the second one that's good. Like once it's about Jason is when people like it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the beginning was like meh.
Yeah, definitely. My biggest worry though here is, do we need this? Is
No.
this going to be good enough? Because fans' expectations are very high, and so far it does look like they've put a bit of money into it given the cast. So I've got my fingers crossed. I want it to be good, but do I expect it to be good? No. No, I don't. I don't expect anything to be good these days.
It's more like we'll be surprised if it is. Like it's interesting diving more into her story. Like I mean, most people, I feel like their introduction to Friday the 13th is with Jason. So it's like you see the first one and you're like, what is this? And the story's fine. Like it's his mom goes crazy. And if you don't know this, like I imagine people that seen it for the first time
Mhm.
were probably like, whoa, like they definitely didn't see that coming. But
Yeah.
because we already know it, we seen it coming. So
Oh
that
my
changes it a little
gosh,
bit.
what just happened?
It was her, it was the
I'm
mom.
shocked.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all right. Everybody's got to have that in shock moment every once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. So
Do we know
I
what the rating for this is?
got
Is it rated R?
Is it? I don't see.
Because I just saw Last Shadow asking. I don't remember seeing a rating.
Let me see. I'll look it up right now. You're gonna beat me too. I hear you clicking already. It should be. If it's not rated R, that'd be really weird. TV 14.
Ugh,
What?
disgusting. I don't see that here.
No, it's talking about the
No,
no.
no.
That's the 1987.
What's the name of this show?
Let's see. 2026. Okay. It's the Crystal Lake is the title. TVMA.
Okay, it's just Crystal Lake.
It's TVMA.
I can deal with that.
Yeah, no, it was showing me like the original
Okay, yeah.
show.
I got a little scared there for a minute. Jump
Yeah,
scare.
and just like what we were saying with Freddy, there's been so many Jason things done that this just does not feel. It doesn't feel needed. But because I like Linda, I'll give it a chance. But if it's crap, I'm not gonna, say it's good just because she's in
Yeah.
it. Like the last show she was in, I think it was last one, Dead to Me. Did you watch that with Christina Applegate?
I did not.
Oh, you should
No.
check it out. It was pretty good.
I'll write it
It was
down.
all right. Like it wasn't like groundbreaking, but if you
Yeah.
need something to watch and
I think that when it had released, I was thinking of it and then I just never got to it. And of course, that was a couple of years ago. So, in
Okay.
one ear out the
Yeah.
other.
I think it's
Basically
only
forgot.
2 seasons. I think it's only 2 seasons, maybe 3. I don't remember. Yeah, the original was an anthology series, right?
Yeah.
I have to check that out actually. Speaking of that, real quick, what are your thoughts? So I read something about Obsession, and that he wants to he's going to be doing more. That Barker wants to do like I don't know, that's not anthology, but I think that they may dive. This could have just been something that wasn't like real, but like that he might dive more into like the Obsession universe.
I mean, I don't think that it needs anything else, but also like The thing is I would need to know details about what that would entail because it could be a great idea if maybe he's thought about that for years, or it could be a terrible idea because
Well,
there's no point to it.
This was apparently what he said. I haven't seen him say it, so it could not be it, but
Lies,
I think
slander,
it is. Yeah, but he
classic
says that-
Kotaku article.
Yeah, Kotaku actually probably wrote it. That he has ideas for a follow-up to Obsession, but in the form of an anthology series.
Right.
Each 1 hour episode is a different wish that goes completely off the rails. Maybe I'll direct the pilot with the same DP, and you can invite other filmmakers to give their kind of spin at it. That could be
That could be
interesting.
cool.
Yeah, like that's what I was thinking because he got his idea from the Twilight Zone episode. I mean, it's
Right.
not original by any means, like the
No,
wish
no, it's
thing, but like
not.
the way I you sent me the episode, and you could tell that it was
Yeah, the
definitely
chaser,
inspired by
yeah.
it. Yeah, so I could like that could be interesting. But what gets me is if he invites other filmmakers to give their spin at it, it might not be as interesting if it's not him continuing.
Yeah,
it.
it won't
because I like
feel as
his take.
cohesive and right.
Yeah.
It's not his idea, so could be good, could be bad. I guess we'll see. I would assume that it's obviously going to get funding in greenlit, and they're okay. Does it say when he made that statement?
No.
Okay, because if it has been since it came out and it's like blown
That
up.
was 2 months ago. The
Okay.
thing that I'm reading, like, because I was trying to find like the actual. I had a thing that we were talking about on Saucy, and I can't find it. So I just looked it up, and that was like a
Okay.
Reddit post. So that Reddit
Yeah.
post was made 2 months ago. So he may have been
Okay.
yeah.
So that wasn't before we saw the heights that it was going to be. Because I was going to say, if he just made the statement 3 days ago, oh yeah, it's because the people in Hollywood are throwing 75 ideas at him, and he's just trying to shop different ideas to the audience to see which one people would actually show up to support. But yeah, maybe this has been a big idea for him for a long time. Could be really cool.
Yeah, I would it just like sorry, there was something else. Just like Zach Kreger, like I'm interested, even though he's touching something that we love and it might not be good. This is gonna be the defining moment for us enjoying Zach Kreger's work.
Did you see what I sent you?
Yes, I actually had it bookmarked, and I'm like,
segue.
we were on the same, yeah. So since we're talking about that, I'll bring it up. But yeah, I'm on the same like with Curry and Zach. Like I like what they've done.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But like Zach, like it's not that I will absolutely dislike him forever if I don't like Resident Evil, but it's like I can see what he's trying to do. and I
No
might like it.
forgiveness.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rage. Yeah.
Yeah, if
no,
it's
I
not good, the
agree.
hype's gonna go down a bit, right?
The
It's like he's
thing
had two
is-
good ones that have come out, and then if he takes this and it's really bad, it's gonna be like, okay,
Ye-
Zach, you're losing points here, buddy.
See, for me, I will be upset, but also this is like the 75th Resident Evil adaptation we've gotten that will be
Yeah.
bad. So like it doesn't affect me. It's not like we're getting live action The Legend of Zelda for the first or second time, and oh my god, like this is monumental. They continue to try at Resident Evil. They continue to do bad. I think that with how bad most of the Resident Evil adaptations have been, this one's not going to be a 10, but I think it'll probably be like a 7.5, which is still like way better than most of the others.
Yeah, I think that they'll be, no matter what he does, right? If he took and did, like, I don't know, Resident Evil 4, which is a lot of people's favorite, or even Resident Evil 2, right? If he took one game and just put that on the screen, people be like, well, I didn't like what you did here. You changed this, or I didn't like how you went about, like, no matter what, because he's doing Resident Evil, he's going to get criticized. So I hope that what
Exactly.
he decides to do is just good. That's
Right.
it. Just do a good story. Because like I don't, what he had said, I actually understand where he's coming from. But if the movie's bad, I'm be like, that was just you trying to cope that you made a bad movie.
Yeah.
He said that, Leon's story's already been told. Like, what can I add to it? And it's like, that statement that he made, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. If the movie's good, it'll make sense. If he's just
Mhm.
diving into the Resident Evil universe and gives us something interesting, then okay, cool, 2 thumbs up. But if it's crappy, I'm gonna be like, you just said that because your movie sucks.
I'm shocked though that this movie isn't longer.
I'm
like
okay with like an hour and 35 minutes because I'd rather it be like, oh wait, I want it to be like, I want more. This was good. Give me more.
I agree, and ultimately, if if you expect people to sit through 2.5 hours of the same jump scares over and over, it's not going to do as good and it's not going to be as amusing for people. And so I do think that it is probably better that it is on the slightly shorter side. But yeah, I just want it to
I agree
be
with that.
a good movie. That's all that I want at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And with Resident Evil, we love it so much. My expectations are actually pretty high because it is Kreger and he's made so many good movies in a row. But
It's still
yeah,
Resident Evil, so
some
we're
of the
like,
statements made have been a little bit worrying. I hope it comes together though.
yeah, I agree with JB. 90 minutes is perfect for horror, especially if it's done right. Because I would rather have
Yeah.
it end any movie really, but horror, especially like if you have like a 2.5 hour or
Get out
like,
early.
yeah, it's like leave
what
it
you'd
to where just
prefer.
like with Backrooms, like Disprue said this, and he's someone who Disprue does not like horror, but he liked Obsession and he liked Backrooms, and he said with Backrooms he wanted more, which he's like it's not really a bad thing, which it's not. He wanted a bit more explanation, but it's like leaving it like kind of where you're like still asking questions, but not in a super like they had this huge mystery that's not solved. Just like the Backrooms is different, right? That's a whole different beast.
Yes.
It's hard to say that, but yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what Zach does. I hope it's good. It comes out in November, right? Yeah, it comes out in November.
Yes.
And it's I don't know.
No, it comes out in September.
Or sorry, September.
Yeah,
And
September.
so does Practical Magic, which I feel like that's the only competitor maybe. I don't know what else is coming out in September.
Yeah,
And
I don't think anything
I think easily like the Resident Evil movie is going to make more than Practical Magic 2. I know there's a huge cult following. I'm myself someone who loves the original Practical Magic, but this is something that I didn't want. Like,
I almost worry that with Resident Evil, because right now horror movies are doing so great and Kreger has had so many good movies, that tons of people will show up to see this even if it is a bad movie. And so it will be one of those movies that is actually bad, but people like almost unfairly go and see it. It makes too much money, even if it is a bad movie. Like, well, I don't know though.
Did you just girl me, JB? Girl.
Nobody needed a sequel to that.
You and I we're the Owen sisters.
We've talked about this before.
I know we have, but I'm just like I just remembered it again.
Ding, the light bulb went on. Whoa, that's a revelation.
Except not personality wise.
Wicked needs the AC. Wicked is hot. Wicked is losing her last brain cell. Go get a cappuccino, girl.
Girl. Can you people stop girling me? My gosh.
No.
Yeah, I like as I said it, I'm like, oh yeah, like we talked about it already, but it's okay. People in chat might not know it, but yeah, we look like Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. Apparently, I don't know. You know how people are: redhead, brunette. That's you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, also, really quickly, I thought more about the princess question.
Okay. Well, what universe are you in?
Okay, I'm more so thinking of princesses that I like. But I'm bad at picking one, so I'm gonna pick three. One is Zelda, because I love Zelda, and you know what? Fuck it, I'll be in a billion-year time loop and never get to actually live a nice, fulfilling life. Two would be San from Princess Mononoke, because she is very cool. And then the third is not obviously it's not a human, so obviously I would never be able to be this person, but it is Hornet from Hollow Knight's Silk Song, because she's even though she's a bug, she's
a pretty bug,
the princess of Hollow Nest. So that is my top 3 princesses. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. It took me a half hour. It did. It took me a half hour to think about it, but I'm pretty sure that's my 3 right there.
That's not bad. That's pretty. So you just I'm not surprised. You want to be a part of a gaming universe.
Well, yeah, 2 are games, and then manga, and anime. So like it's kind of
you're an anime
nice
game
mixture.
princess.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. So
Ah.
something that this had dropped today, and I knew, like, I don't know if you probably had already seen it, but I sent you as soon as I like it posted. I'm not surprised by this. I'll give my thoughts on it, and then we will let Vera go off. The Batman 2 has been delayed to February 18th, 2028. Now, real quick before I go off, what was the other release date? Was it 26 or it was 27, right? We were supposed to get this in 2027. Yeah, it wasn't
Well,
this year. It
we're
was going to
on
be
like
next year.
we're on our fourth delay now.
Okay, so I think the last one said that it was going to be 2027. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So I feel like there's a couple reasons. Go
So
ahead.
it was okay, really quickly. It was supposed to come out in 2023, then they moved it to 2025, October 3rd, 2025, then they moved it to October 1st, 2027. Now it's February 18th, 2028.
Okay, so I'm not surprised. I feel like there's a couple of reasons why this is getting delayed. One, they brought in all these big names, so they have to make sure they have like the proper funding to, like, I don't know, make the movie because they're paying all these like high level actors, which was something that you were nervous about because you're like, are they just going to look like they're cosplaying because they're not going to have enough money to do proper outfits and set designs and all that. Another big reason that I think might be why they decided to delay it is because they don't want to, Matt Reeves doesn't want to be intertwined with James Gunn's universe because it's doing so bad, right? And people like normies that don't keep up with who does what, they just know, oh, hey, there's a new superhero movie coming out, and they know as much as like, oh, it's DC or Marvel. They might be like, well, Superman wasn't good, Supergirl sucked, so now I don't want to go see the Batman. So he may be waiting for the dust to settle a little bit before, that could only be part of the reason, because I also think another reason is that the script's just not finished yet.
Yeah.
So, but I do think that might also help with the delay, the choice. Like, listen, look at how bad the DCU is doing right now. Even though
Yeah.
it's DCU, they want to like be far away from that, and maybe they know something that we don't know, that like Gunn will be done. Like when his contract's up, they're not renewing it, which I really think that that's going to be the case, because I see no reason for them to be like, hey, stay on and keep losing money for us. So
Exactly.
they're like, let's get him out of here, and maybe like something else will come out in between his and this that people will like. Yeah.
Are you ready for my take?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the stupidest fucking shit ever. This motherfucker is gonna need a bat wheelchair by the time this movie comes out. By the time we get to the third fucking movie, because he's gonna be 85 and he's gonna be a cripple. He's gonna need at the end of part 2 a cane and have to hit people with the cane like a bat, because he's not gonna be able to fully walk by the end of this movie, because I feel like this is never going to come out. I am so annoyed with movies like this getting delayed. They need to have the cast, they need to have the focus be on Batman, because you just know for a fact there's going to be so many characters in this that Batman is going to be pushed in screen time and pushed in screen time. And oh, we have to make room for all of these other stupid characters that nobody asked for. And so that means that you end up not having one main rivalry that is really focused in this story, and who knows what they're going to do if we ever get to part 3. But I am just so fed up with them casting a really good actor and then underutilizing that actor. It's like with Henry Cavill as Superman. I really liked his Superman. I would have loved to see more of that, and we were supposed to get more of that, but because the few movies that he was in didn't do as good, and then they decided to fart around for multiple years and not actually give him another movie and another chance at it. They teased his return in Black Adam, and then they said, ha ha, just kidding. In that time frame, we could have gotten 3 other Henry Cavill Superman movies, and I feel the same with this. I liked Robert Pattinson as Batman. This is the most promising DC project that we have right now, aside from the animated movies like Nightfall, for example, which is really cool. But and I guess Absolute, but Robert Pattinson is a very big actor. He is, I don't want to say old, right? He's not old in the grand scheme of things, but superheroes have a certain amount of time where it is believable that a actor plays that character. And unless maybe going from part 2 to 3 there's a large gap of time, I'm not going to believe that 55-year-old Robert Pattinson is a year fucking 3 Batman. Okay, that's just not going to be the case. So they kind of have to make decisions, and they have to make these decisions a little bit faster, in my opinion.
No, you're right. Absolutely right. Like it's different if you have someone who's like 20 years old, but
Right.
even then, it's like they have a baby face, and then 10 years later, they're not going to have the
Yeah.
baby face anymore. So yeah, I agree with every point that you just made. I don't know why they should have just made the Batman like a one and done, I guess, right? Like they shouldn't have teased it, but it's like I feel like they got all this pressure now because they did the Penguin, and that was so well that like went over very well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we'll eventually get two, but JB just said in the chat 3 is definitely probably not going to happen because they're taking so long to get
Yeah.
2 done. So I think that's it for us. We're just getting maybe
Yeah.
maybe the Batman 2. I do think it's going to happen. I just think that the delay is nuts because when did the first one come out? Was it 2021 or 2022?
So it came out in 2021. The thing is that he was announced to play Batman in like 2018 or 2019. He was 32 when he was cast, and he's 40 now, and the second movie hasn't even come out. So with that amount of time, this mother truck is gonna be 55 by the time they finally decide on the third movie and release the third movie. Oh my gosh, it just infuriates me so freaking much. And then you're losing core actors already, like Catwoman. How do you lose Catwoman? Maybe you shouldn't fucking pay Tweedledee and Tweedledum dumbass MCU actors and pay Catwoman's actress double what she wanted. That's where my priorities would lay. Who gives a fuck about Scarlett Johansson anymore? Nobody
True.
wants to see her as a 30-second cameo that she's gonna make $10 million off of. Sebastian Stan, good actor. I don't care about his 30-second cameo. I would rather have the established Catwoman, because now Catwoman's not going to be in the movie. What do you mean we're not gonna have Catwoman in a Batman movie? That's blasphemy.
That's really stupid. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to recast her. I think they should, just because Catwoman should be in the movie.
Yeah.
And I think for Two-Face, like I like Sebastian Stan as an actor, but they should have gone with someone a little bit like, because this is like younger, right? They should have gone with someone younger because this isn't like older Bruce, like you know what I mean? Because they're like around the same age, aren't they? Two-Face, Harvey Dent and Bruce Wayne are like
Similar
age,
depending
right?
on the story, but yeah, one would assume here.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess they are right. I guess Robert Pattinson is so it fits, but they're trying to make it like this is supposed to be
Well, the
younger
thing
Batman.
is that we don't know who Sebastian Stan is playing right now. It's rumored as
It's not-
Victor Zsasz.
Oh, it is. I thought it was. I
Yeah.
thought he was. See, I don't know. I thought
that
it
was
was
the
Harvey
fan.
Dent.
That was the fan cast.
Ah, okay.
And so now it's rumored that he's going to play the bald-headed Eggman, Victor Zsasz. Like, you could pick just a random bald dude
Get
who's
a no
buff
name.
to play Victor Zsasz, and it'd be way cooler.
Get like when I say no name,
not
like I don't.
him.
Like get someone who is like upcoming, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they act their butts off because they want to make a name for themselves. They do a very good job, one, and two, you get them for cheaper.
I mean, I'm sorry. He's just going to look like a drug addict that lives in LA. It's not going to be believable as him as Victor Zsasz. It's just
Not really. No, it's like, excuse me, you're not fooling anyone, Bucky.
Yeah. I'm
I
just
don't
not
know.
amused with anything about this movie, and I want to be, because I like the Batman Part 1. They're gonna bring the Court of Owls into it in some way, at least according to some of the whispers. And that's gonna be big, and like, of course, we talked a million times about winter settings are really cool, especially for Batman. Like, I want this to be good because so much in the first movie was really good. But at this point, they're just wasting precious time. And part of that could be on Robert Pattinson because he had so many other movies lined up. But I mean, at this rate, they should just film 2 and 3 back to back.
It would make sense. Make it like, yeah.
It's annoying.
We'll see if we even get to. I do think we're gonna get to, but like the hype for the people, because I gave it an 8 out of 10, right? I know.
Yeah.
I think most people were kind of like in the middle of it, or they really liked it like you did. I have another friend who's a big Batman fan, and she loved it. Um, and I've actually haven't talked to her about this yet. She's probably mad. um, so, more news for the, I guess, the Batman saga. I feel like this will happen because they did a spinoff for Penguin and that did well. A Poison Ivy spinoff series set in Matt Reeves' The Batman saga is reportedly in the works at DC Studios. Is this who you think they're going to have Scarlett Johansson play? You think she's going to be Poison
No.
Ivy? Because I don't really want to see that.
I think they've already confirmed who she plays.
They did. Wasn't she like a lawyer or something like that? Or that could have just been another rumor I seen.
Batman Part 2 role. Well, there were a couple of different whispers about it, but oh no, I guess they didn't technically say who it's gonna be, but she was being rumored as Gilda Dent, or yeah, Poison Ivy has been a pretty notable casting, but people are only fan casting her as Poison Ivy because she had red hair in the MCU. So of course they feel like the red hair is synonymous with Scarlett Johansson, even though that's not the case. I think that she's a pretty woman. I just don't know if she would be young enough to pull off a Poison Ivy. Like
Hmm.
I guess it depends on which version of Poison Ivy we're talking about, because like for me, when I imagine Poison Ivy, I do think of somebody who's younger, but if they're trying to say that all of them are basically the same age, then yeah, Scarlett Johansson, she's actually older than Robert Pattinson but not by like too much. I think by 2 years. So
Mhm.
it's I guess it's believable.
Yeah. We'll see. I that's not who I personally would pick, but it could be interesting, right? Like, because I liked the Penguin show, so if it's the same people, maybe.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. Who would you? I'm trying to think who I would pick as a good like Poison Ivy. Now, I would go a bit younger for sure, like somebody like maybe even 30s, like just throwing like random out there. 'Cause I know Anna de Armas is almost 40, but I think she could probably possibly pay. I don't know. She has that accent though. If she gets rid, like she doesn't
Mm.
always have it, but I think look wise she could be pretty. That's just somebody random that I like, that I think might do all right in the role, like as a femme fatale, because we haven't really seen her besides like
Yeah.
Ballerina was definitely like femme fatale, but I mean like super villain femme fatale, right? Or like superhero. She wouldn't be bad. I would definitely choose her over Scarlett Johansson. I'm sure a lot of like the boys in the chat would say Sydney Sweeney. I don't know if she would, if she has the like the way she acts might not work, but it
So
could.
Sydney Sweeney is good at acting as a ditzy blonde. And
Yeah.
that's kind of it. Sure, she's played a couple other minor roles, but someone like Poison Ivy you'd think wouldn't be a minor role, and so I don't know if I could believe that she is like a scientist and she's very smart and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I
Um,
mean. Like even like Uma Thurman, like I that was the only good thing about Batman and Robin. Like besides some throwaways, like the silly campiness that we all take away meme
yeah.
lines from, like with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I actually thought that Uma Thurman was a great Poison Ivy.
Yep,
It was
she
just a
was
silly
really good.
movie. It was just a silly movie. So we need someone like that that could be convincing as smart, but that could also be that seductress, like
Yeah,
Poison
I
Ivy
don't
is.
know. I don't know. I guess I'd have to think about it. Yeah, I only think of someone like Uma Thurman, and she just did such a good job. But this is obviously a less campy version of it. So, like the actresses in her same vein, I don't think that I would be able to really agree with either. Hmm. I don't know. I'm also trying to think of younger.
Yeah.
Because, like, I also think of like an Emma Stone, but I don't know if I could believe that either.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to maybe think about it. Maybe by the end of the show, we'll figure out who we would
Because,
do as
like,
the
she
fan
could play the
cast.
scientist part, but not necessarily the seductive Poison Ivy part.
Yeah. Yeah. We're thinking scientists because we're thinking like or Gwen
what's her name?
Stacy.
Karen Gillian.
Oh,
She's pretty.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Actually, yeah.
I feel like though she's not maybe the strongest actress in general.
To be like a focus point, she's a
Right.
good side
But
character.
I also think that Poison Ivy wouldn't have like an insane amount of screen time.
Yeah, even if it was about her, they probably would do something like they do with Penguin, where it's like, yes, the Penguin, definitely Colin Farrell's Penguin was the center of it, but there was a couple of side characters, like, that they kind of followed around to. But he's
If only
definitely
this
a
was
leading
like
man. So
15 years ago, Christina Hendricks would have been such a fucking bomb Poison Ivy, but she's too old now because she's like 50.
That's true. That's
But
true.
if this was like 10 or
Yeah.
15 years ago, oh, she would have been
Like during Mad Men.
God damn, she would have been the
Yeah.
She would have had two big reasons why I would be casting her.
But she's also a good actress too.
She is a really good actress, yeah. But it's
Yeah.
it's too late. It's too late.
It's too late. All right.
Yeah.
While we think on that, chat, I'm going to catch up on supers. Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. You know who's more deadly than Jason? Mood. I mean, he exists, so just that alone, that'd be why.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah. Clint Matthews, thank you for the 2. Slay it a bit more and it'll be the Batman Beyond. Yeah. See, that's something that I would have loved to have at one point, but not like the current writing of DC. Like, think of like maybe like 10 years ago, Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne. I don't know who I would cast as Terry, but that would have been a nice live action to get. But it would have to have been 10, maybe even 15 years ago. Because even if they had to make Keaton look older, like if it was done before he looked the part, they could have just done, prosthetics, whatever.
This is also another issue is like most actors now kind of suck. And so I'm thinking of actors that were in their prime like 20 years ago, but they're not in their prime anymore. And I just can't imagine them like 2026 version. Because, well, to be honest, maybe they haven't acted in a while or their best roles were like 10 years ago or 15 years ago.
And yeah, I agree. Just cast an unknown. That's probably the best way to go right now.
We need a superhero movie that is just 100% complete unknowns. We really do. And I feel like that would be, I don't know. Would it be better because I take that back because Supergirl was basically that. The problem was the writing. Because, like, I mean, like David Cornsweet, I suppose is a kind of well-known actor now, but he also wasn't right. But he isn't even like big enough. I don't know. Is he big enough to bring in audiences? Not necessarily, but at the same time, he's been in quite a lot of things at this point. We need competent writers.
Yeah, because you know what? He look-wise, and I actually don't. He seems pretty decent, like as a person. Like when they all were like promoting the movie, they were kind of funny. So I think the cast was actually pretty good. At least Lois and Clark were good casting, but the writing.
He's a good actor,
and I thought people thought he didn't look like Superman. I'm like I thought he did. I thought he looked the part.
I think that he looks great as a Superman. I just think that the people writing Superman right now hate Superman. So it was a lose-lose situation.
Which is it's so odd to me. Imagine taking on, like, I get it, money talks, right? But wouldn't you want it to be successful so that you can continue to make money? It's like, I don't like this character, so I'm going to change everything about it.
Well, that was a big issue that we saw with a lot of Marvel projects. They were hiring unknown, like, directors and producers because they would cave to Disney's demands and they wouldn't actually stand up for the characters and the actors. And it's like why Peter Jackson didn't actually work on Rings of Power, because he knew what Lord of the Rings should be. He had a vision and this world, and he would require more money, and he wasn't going to be pushed around when it came to LOTR. But that's why they're hiring so many unknowns. And it's not always their decision. Like, it's not always their decision. Sometimes it is, for sure, but sometimes you have like the James Gunns, for example, that are like, oh, you have to add this and that and do this and that in this very specific way. And wow, whenever those people are listened to, we end up getting slop. So
Yeah. They hate us.
FML.
Well, I'm gonna catch up on supers. Let's go on a bright note, huh? TJ, thank you for another 50 with On Fire Hearts. Thank you, TJ. And also for 5 gifted memberships. Welcome to the Potato Squad, everyone that got a membership. Thank you, TJ. And Mark of Reality, thanks for the 5. They should hire the capable gentleman to play Victor Zaz. Just an idea, because he's bald. That's the qualification.
Hey, you know what? Close enough.
Close
Throw
enough.
him in. Throw me in, coach.
Yeah, right. Let's show us what you got. I mean, Ian's for Bond, so I mean, we might as well throw other YouTubers in.
We need, and I think that this would be such a funny idea. And we've talked about it before, how like there would be reality shows where fans would call in and then those certain actors or those characters would get cut and would die or whatever. But we need a superhero movie or show that is just 100% cast by the fans. You have 5 choices, and then every single week the polls go, and you know for a fact that they would be botted, but then it would just be the war of who is botting versus who is botting, and it would just be complete chaos. And at least we would have ourselves to blame. Motherfucker, I'm casting Nicolas Cage as Batman. I don't even care. I'm in. You know, it's
I'm
either
in.
going to be absolutely fantastic or it's going to be the biggest pile of slop, and at least we'll actually have a movie that is filled to the brim with memes and jokes, and we as a community can all come together and have garbage, but garbage because we all agreed to the garbage.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like we brought this upon ourselves. We have no one to
Yep.
blame but ourselves. So, we tried and failed. So at least now we can,
Exactly.
young Bruce Campbell as Batman. I'm on board with that. I would love that.
Yeah.
That would be like campy goodness. I feel like
Could be
with
Thomas.
that, I feel like Bruce Campbell, young Bruce Campbell as Batman would be very equivalent to Nick Cage in Spider Noir. Like we would get something like that where it's just like, man,
I'm the spider,
this-
Janet.
this
I'm the
works.
spider.
Yes. TJ, thank you for another 50. 6-7, you're my vibe. I don't get it.
Nice.
I know that I get the meme.
Oh, the 6-7.
I get that. I know what that
Yeah,
is.
oh,
Unfortunately.
I
So I got-
can't hear 6-7 anymore. Like I love a good brain rot meme every once in a while. It just
that
makes me
one
annoyed that it
overstayed
doesn't
its welcome?
it doesn't have a meaning, you know? At least like 420 or 69 or these other numbers. Like at least they have meaning and they're memes, but this is just kids heard a rapper say it in a funny way and so they think it's funny. No wonder young people can't read books anymore.
Can't read. Grofty for 5. Vara is a vibe incarnate. True.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yes.
Joey Tribbiani, thank
I
you
don't
for
have
the
any
5.
commentary to give.
She's like, thanks,
Thanks.
man. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Hello, ladies. How you doing? This is only one. There is only one right choice for Poison Ivy, and that's you,
No,
Vera. Wicked is
no,
perfect for Catwoman.
no.
Love the show. Well, that's
No.
probably for our Halloween episode this year. But that's probably what we're gonna do.
But
So
the thing is do we do a Catwoman and an Ivy from one specific universe, or do we pick our favorite versions, or do we try to do the most obscure versions possible? There's a lot of potential there.
there is
That's the
because like
thing.
we could do the Arkhamverse, which I'm fine with because I want to get the Arkhamverse Catwoman cosplay.
You just want a
put
reason to
together.
spend money on cosplays.
I have a cosplay
I was messaging
problem.
Wicked the other day and I said, I want to cosplay Master Chief. I don't give a fuck. I want a full set of 117 Spartan armor, and I don't care if I have to spend $1,000 on it. Am I going to wear it twice in my life? Yes. Do I want it? Also, yes.
And I'm definitely not going to sway her away from that. I'm like, whatever you want to do it. Just cosplay, do it.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll figure. I mean, we got time to figure it out. Because like for you, your Ivy would be so easy because you just got to get a burgundy top. and your
That's
hair's already
true, but there
like
are
it's
so
so
many
easy for
good
you.
versions of poison ivy as well, and that's the thing is there's poison ivies like the ones with the more like jumpsuits, kind of like April O'Neil's, and then there's ones where they're like the full body suits, like the beautiful bleak. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like full body suit. There are the like animated show ones where they're more of like the suits. There's so many good Ivies, but yeah,
Yeah, that's
tough
true.
decisions.
We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll just go with our favorites.
Yeah,
That'd be
it's
fun.
tough. All of
Uh,
them are great.
Yes. Tulsi Rogue Gabbard for 2. Maggie Gyllenhaal is Poison Ivy. Why would you? Why?
Is that name actually who it's supposed to be?
I think it's supposed to be Jiha, like Gyllenhaal. I'm guessing, or is it Maggie G?
I don't
thought it was just
know.
shortened.
That's
Look
why
up
I
and
was
see if
asking.
Maggie Jiha is actually somebody. I could be wrong.
It is somebody.
Oh, I'm
yes.
so sorry. Okay, I thought it was like
I
shortened
was
for
like,
Gyllenhaal,
I
and it
feel
was a troll.
like that is a name I could remember.
Oh,
She played Poison Ivy in Gotham.
that's right.
She was the older version because they had the kid version, and then she like got sucked into the sewer, and then she grew
Came out,
tits
yeah.
and became 15 years older. Don't really know what they were thinking of there, but yeah, she's a pretty actress. Yeah.
She's pretty. Yeah, she did fine in the role
Yeah.
on Gotham. Okay.
We just need Gotham back. Like, we need a 10 years later Gotham movie with David Mazouz as Batman. And I don't remember the actress's name, but she played Catwoman. She did a really good job. She
Oh,
looked like
yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer, like, so much. It was a good cast until they made Riddler and Penguin gay for each other.
That was so stupid. I was like, did you really? Was that necessary? Not even a little bit, but
And
okay.
then you had Jada Pinkett Smith as Fish Mooney,
Fish
which was
Mooney.
also terrible. Yeah.
We-
But
you
everyone else
listen,
was good.
You never need to just add Jada Pinkett Smith for anything. You don't need to add her. I promise.
Yeah, no.
Your show will be fine. Your movie will be fine. You don't need her. Ian, thank you for another 50 pounds. Cage's Batman. Ah, my knee. Alfred, fetch me the bandages.
It's so
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
But I would basically watch any movie with Nick Cage in it. I don't even care. You know what? It's a meme, it's a joke. I just think he's a good actor. He's a weird actor, but I feel like he's not easily
He's a vibe.
replaceable in the roles that he's in.
No, that's true.
Like,
That's
imagine
true.
how much different Spider Noir would have been if you didn't have him being able to deliver his humor the way that he did. It'd just be different.
I'm the spider, Janet. That was
I'm the spider, Janet.
I'm so sad that we're not going to get a second season. It's like, I
We're
think I'm so
not.
sad. Like, I am, but at the
We're
same
not
time, I'm like,
going
you know
to.
what? I'm like, you know what? It started and ended on a high note. So maybe, given the current state of Hollywood,
the one
we should have
time
kept
we get
it.
something good, man, and these
Give me more.
motherfuckers waste $400 million on one season. Are you kidding me? You couldn't have split that into 2 seasons. Come on, guys.
Come on.
It upsets me
Well,
so much.
This might cheer Vera up. So once she wins the lottery and takes over the gaming sphere and
Yep.
is just like a gajillionaire, she will be able to afford this home, and she can also live out her, loot goblin dreams because she will have all the room in the world for everything. She'll be unstoppable. You can buy the Wayne Manor from the 60s Batman show.
What?
Yeah.
I need it right now.
Can someone get it for me? Thanks.
Yes. Ian, listen, Ian. I just need a small donation. I just need a small loan. If you could hit me up, please. You know what? I won't even ask you for the Lord of the Rings coin anymore. If you could
You
just
can
hit
keep
me
the
up, that'd be
coin.
great.
Keep the
Yeah,
coin.
that's my deposit.
Invest in her house because
My token of goodwill.
You will make him the president of games.
Yes,
Vice president of games
exactly.
once you are just like running that. But first, to take over the world, the gaming
Mhm.
world, you need this mansion
I
as
need
your
a
home
cool base of
base.
operations.
Okay, look at JB's got you.
Oh, sweet. Thank you. Now we're just gonna need like 5 million people to have a couple of bucks. That'd be
Yeah.
great. Thanks.
I was gonna see if there was a price on there, but then I'm like the first
We don't
comments,
we
I'm like,
don't even need to know.
maybe I
You
shouldn't
know what it is?
scroll.
You're too poor. Continue on.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So while
Yeah.
we're on the topic of superheroes, let's get these two out of the way and then we'll move on. So this is what Tom Holland said when he was asked, "What's one thing Robert Pattinson's Batman has on Spider-Man?" I'd say nothing. He has more money than Spider-Man. That's about it, to be honest. I mean, asking one thing, that's like very his answer doesn't even bother me because it's like when you ask like any other superhero versus Batman, right? Because he doesn't actually have superpowers. So what does Batman have that you don't have? Money.
A
Every like,
fucking
even regular
driver's
people.
license. Let's start there. You 16-year-old stupid spider.
She's like, don't come for the bat. Okay.
Yeah, let's just start there.
This is like a versus my favorite superhero. Is Batman your favorite?
Yeah, Batman's my favorite.
Okay, I figured.
Spider-Man is a close number two, though. I love Spidey as well.
I love
but
Spidey.
Batman's just different. Batman's just he's
just
goat.
built different.
Yeah, he is.
Well, this right here, I would say is the top DC hero and the top Marvel hero.
Yeah, because
So-
Spider-Man is the #1 best-selling comic book character, and Batman's #2.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So there we go. He's got money. I do agree with that though, because I mean,
I'm rich.
he's got a lot
Yeah.
of other things, but like if you're just gonna go off the top of your head, like he's like the richest comic book character in existence, probably.
You know, it's pretty sad, but I know Spider-Man comes out in a couple of weeks. I just don't have any hype for it.
You don't? I do. I actually do. I even
don't.
bought this. I didn't read it yet though. I bought a magazine.
Whoa, a
like, they-
magazine. What the
Yeah.
hell is this? 2005?
I know what's going on. No, it was cool. It had I bought it because you open it up and it talks about all the Spider-Man. Like there's Toby in there, there's Andrew, and it's got little like articles and stuff on all of them. So that's what
I
sold
just
me on
don't
it.
like Tom Holland that much as an actor, period. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen Tom Holland in anything where I've really loved him as the character.
Mm-mm.
I liked No Way Home, but again, that was propped up by the fact that he also had 2 other Spideys that were in the movie with him. So that was
Yes.
badass.
Yes, and it was because our favorite Spideys were in the movie.
Right.
So,
yeah, so
yeah.
like that's kind of like stolen valor in a way, because I would have gone and watched those movies for them. I wouldn't have gone to see the movie
Well,
specifically for him.
I would have. I just go because I like Spider-Man. I just go like I
Well, yeah, but
my
not
hype
because
around-
it's Tom Holland's Spider-Man, just
because
because
it's
it's the
Spider-Man.
latest Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
But if it was Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man or Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, I would buy specifically because of their names.
Yeah, exactly. And Jim, thank you for your service. I just trolled Ryan about you guys having more super chats. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
that is
you,
very nice
Jim.
of you. Did he
Very
go on
nice.
a rant? If so, please send us the timestamp.
Yes, please, please. We would appreciate it, especially if it was one of those where he like doesn't breathe for like 2 minutes. Those are the good ones.
You can tell that he's about to flip out if he looks to the bottom right of his monitor. I've noticed that.
Really?
If he looks to the bottom right of his monitor, he's about to flip his shit. Like he did it for 2 nights ago on FML because his mouse kept dying, and I think that he looked down at the corner of his screen like 8 times. No joke. That's how you know he's about to flip his lid. He's about to melt down.
He's got something down there that's supposed to keep him centered, right? Like some woosah
Yeah.
thing, but it never works.
Mhm.
I guess.
His
He's got, like, a
therapist
stress
says
ball
you got to
and-
try harder.
Yeah. But yeah, so I like Spider-Man. I don't like, Tom Holland's probably my least, like he is my least favorite, but the one thing that's getting me like a little hyped about this one is that it seems like they're going back to Spider-Man's roots. He doesn't have Tony Stark throwing money at him because Peter Parker is supposed to struggle, especially in the money department, because we see him trying to balance making money to just exist and pay his rent and everything, and then being Spider-Man. And that was completely taken away with Tom Holland Spider-Man, which is not relatable. And I didn't like that part of it, among other things. So the trailers, well, you guys know that I'm going to be so honest about it. But yeah, I'm going opening day to see it. So you'll get my thoughts. I actually either I'm gonna record a video or I'll go live and talk about it because you guys know I love me some Spidey. So you're gonna
Whoa,
get my
fancy.
I'm gonna be fancy about it. Yeah. So we'll see. I do understand people being skeptical about it because it's like, you know, it's still at the end of the day, it's Marvel and they have had a lot of misses, but the only hits
Yeah.
that they have, and I guess I know everyone goes, but Sony did Morbius. I get it. Okay. I get it. But
It's
I think
tough.
because Sony knows that Spider-Man is like their breadwinner when it comes
Mhm.
to movies, that they're going to try harder with the scripts, right? So Sony being
Yeah.
involved with Marvel making the Spider-Man stuff is probably why they're halfway decent. And they're great in comparison to what we get with other MCU stuff, right? So it's like you don't go there, you leave like, oh, that was awful. You're just like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
And
I don't
Spider-Man
know.
is
I
gonna
mean, things like
dominate.
Madam Web are just so bad, but
We finally made him lose it. We finally made him lose it,
he's
Vera.
singing. I don't even want to know what he's singing. Why is he singing? Oh, mental break. It's finally here.
It's finally here.
Yeah.
The women sent him over the edge.
But yeah, I want it to be good, and I have hopes that it ends up being a just solid movie all around. And it does look like maybe they are going back to the roots a little bit more. He's not being handed insane suits and money and all of this. He doesn't have the Avenger size team to back him up. You also have even like the Spider-Man parade that is very nice, because I know I've previously complained that Tom Holland's Spider-Man, he doesn't care about the community and the community doesn't care about him. But it is nice to see that sort of acknowledgement and that recognition that he's getting in this film. I just worry that it's going to be too much like, hey, we are just making it feel MCU still. And I don't want it to feel like another MCU project. I want it to feel like, hey, this is actually a spider-centric story, and that is the focus.
Yes, I agree, because that was another, I mean, because we could sit here probably for the entire show talking about comparing what we liked about Toby's and Andrew's and what we didn't, and then like throwing in Tom Holland's. Maybe we'll do that one day for fun. We'll have like a Spider-Man discussion.
We'd be here forever.
Yeah, because we like to yap. That's what we do. We're Furbies. But I think that was another big one that I hated. That scene where they turn on him and they're just like throwing stuff at him, and then you picture Toby's where they're like, "We won't tell anybody." It like gets you teared up and it gets you in your feels because they're like, "You save us."
Such an amazing scene,
and then
like
now,
he's just a kid. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And I think there was like a meme that was like the dude that said that was like younger than Toby at the time, like the actor, like he's no younger than my son. So funny. But one more topic, which I'm sure Vera's seen this, and this is going to be something else that she yells at me for not seeing. I will definitely suffer soon enough, but I did not watch Blue Beetle. What is his name? Zolo? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Got me. Let's go with it. I don't think I've ever said his name out loud. Yeah, I just say that Blue Beetle kid.
I liked him in Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But I didn't watch Blue Beetle because when I saw, and it's funny because the whole theater was just like, when they said that line, like, Batman's a fascist. Like why? Just why? I'm like, okay, like I wasn't checked into this movie at all because I don't know Blue Beetle. And again, I know I always cry, but I talk about how if you're gonna make superhero movies, bring lesser known characters to the screen, whatever.
Yep.
But this just didn't hit for me, and I don't think it hit for anybody. Like the trailer didn't pull me in, and the people that went to go see it, I did not hear one person that was like, "This was good." Did you see this?
I did. I have to be honest with you. I don't remember half of the Blue Beetle movie. I don't remember the majority of the Blue Beetle movie, actually.
Okay, so it was just like, except
and
for
then
that
only
line.
Came out, what, a year and a half ago?
I think so.
I don't even remember when it came out, but my memory is so foggy with this movie. It could have came out a decade ago. I wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah. So, but don't worry, if you are a fan of the Blue Beetle,
2023. It says it right there. I know how to read.
got it. She
3
read good.
years. Yeah, I don't even remember most of the film.
Well, if you're a fan, if you're that one fan of the Blue Beetle and you happen to be in this chat, he's
What
going
is
to
the
reprise
point?
his role in the Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow, which all that's doing is making people more like, this movie's gonna suck.
Why would you reboot if you're just going to use the same characters and actors anyway? You have him as Blue Beetle. You have Jason Momoa who signed on to play Lobo. Like, what is the point? You should have just replaced the main 3 actors at that rate.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's like that whole speech that James Gunn gave, like, well, we want to start from scratch. No, you just have your problems with whoever and you want to remove them, even though Henry Cavill, like, hello, why did you remove him as
Yeah.
Superman, dude? What was your vendetta? Is it because he's like better than you?
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
you needed someone about David Cornswood is better too. Like I like David Cornswood. He's fine.
He's a good actor.
He's a good actor, but I'm just saying it's like, was it an ego thing? Like I can't have somebody on my movie that's more popular than me. Probably because I
Maybe.
feel like James Gunn probably has a big ego.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
so he
absolutely.
brings no names.
But
or,
I
like,
don't. Maybe
smaller
maybe
people.
it's
I don't
just
know.
based on who James Gunn thinks is a hot man to watch his wife make out with. Maybe he's like, you know what?
Henry doesn't
I
do
can
it for
only
him.
cast men in my movies that I would imagine my wife kissing. And Henry Cavill is too much of a cool guy. And so he's like,
He's too
nope, we
cool.
got to get rid of him.
He's like, he's a nerd. He builds PCs. You're out of here.
Yep.
I
Might
don't
be
know.
it.
That might be
Next,
it.
I mean, with how woke and gay James Gunn is, maybe we're gonna get Ellen Page as the Batman in the DCU. I mean, fuck, wouldn't shock me.
I didn't need that. Like immediately, Ellen with the cowl on pops into my head, and that's not something I really needed to see.
Sorry, Wicked.
I think I'm taller than her.
Probably.
Just by the Odyssey pictures. Holy moly!
And I've seen videos on your TikTok where you're like sitting on a chair and swinging your legs because your feet don't even touch the
Hey.
floor. So you probably are
Well, you know
still
what?
taller.
You
Yeah.
know what? I feel sorry for people who can't swing their legs.
There
when
we
they
go.
sit
Oh my
down.
God. Ellen Page as James Bond. There we go. We have our casting.
What?
I'll stop.
Tulsi Road.
It's only getting more cursed.
We have to get rid of this
Ooh.
conversation right now. Thank you for the 2. Sarah Palmer would be good too. Okay, now that I know that you're being serious, I mean, I'm sorry, it's the profile picture and everything. Like I enjoy a good troll, so that's why I thought that he said Maggie
You
Gyllenhaal
just
before.
instantly, your mind went to it being a troll. Yeah. And fat, what's her name? Maggie Gyllenhaal playing Poison Ivy. Yeah.
I look up Sarah Palmer. Is this her? Okay, this is her. Okay, she looks like a pinup.
Whoa,
of
Twin
Poison
Peaks.
Ivy.
Twin Peaks in the middle. You need to watch Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is
I do.
so
That's on the list. Don't
good.
worry.
Oh my God.
I'm
Twin
catching up
Peaks
on
is
stuff.
goated.
So
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is her.
Probably.
But
Shit.
maybe, hey, maybe
I mean,
could
you
be.
never know.
You never know. You never know.
Yep.
Albert, thank you for the 5 Canadian. Natalie from Force Light Entertainment would make a good Poison Ivy as well.
She's very pretty, yeah.
She is, yes. And Ian will not let us forget about Moo Dang. And
He's
Moo
got
Dang
Moo
is
Dang
greater
on
than
the mind.
is greater than Tom Holland. Yeah,
I agree.
And you know what? He just really doesn't. Thank you, Hertz. I am a short queen. Chris Nicholson, thank you for the 10. I'm leaving for the Middle East in a few days and don't know if I'll be able to watch live for a while. Thank you both for countless hours of entertainment. Here's a few dollars for the Wayne Manor Fund. Well, Chris,
thank
stay
you.
safe, please.
Yes.
And make sure you say hi and let us know that you're, doing well over there when you can.
Yeah, definitely. Good luck. I hope
Yes, good
everything
luck.
goes well for you.
Yes, prayers for a safe return and that you have a good time. Who knows? I don't know what you're going there to do, but I hope it's enjoyable. And Albert, thank you for another 2 Canadian. The front of Stately Wayne Manor is 32 million. All right,
Oh,
so
32 million, not even
with
that
JB,
much.
with JB's few dollars, right?
Yep.
And Chris's donation, we're only like 31 point like 990 million. My numbers off.
Yeah.
But you know, we're close.
Add
We're so
couple more
we're
nines there, but yeah.
We're closer than we were 5 minutes ago.
You know, if every one of us in the community can go and there's 250 people here watching right now, if each of us go and rob a bank, we could amass this money very fast. All right.
Oh, it's for military.
Okay. That
Okay,
is
stay safe,
unfortunate.
Chris.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
But if we all could collectively go and rob a bank, then in theory, we could get this done pretty quick.
Yes. But like real quick, everyone in the chat, well wishes and prayers for Chris on his trip,
sure.
please. And when you are back and able to chat, make sure you say hi.
Yes, definitely.
And Mark, thank you for the 50. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man as a secondary character like in Civil War. Otherwise, we need a new Spider-Man, not a Miles Morales. That's probably going to be the next live action, though, I feel like. Especially because of the comment that Tom made where he's like, you know, I'm ready to like pass the torch and, you know, be there in support of whoever comes, whether it's Miles Morales. He said he name dropped Miles Morales, or I think he also might have said like Spider-Gwen too, but I think we would get Miles Morales before a Spider-Gwen, which to be honest, if they did a decent Spider-Gwen, right? Like they got a good actress that was like hot and you know, could do like the smart girl and then also Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
It could be interesting.
It could
in theory, but will they do that? Probably not. We probably would get the Gwen from Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, my problem is like there's so many good ideas that I could think of over that, and all of those good ideas would never be they would actually never like adapt them. They would never add these cool characters in. So yeah, it's unfortunate. We probably are just gonna get like Miles Morales adaptation of like the video game, and then we're gonna have his deaf black graffitiing girlfriend hanging out with him. Like definitely got the diversity points there. Is that what the people want? I don't know.
What do you guys want, chat? We want to know. I feel like we're radio hosts. Tune in and let us like call in and let us know what you
call
want.
in and press the 1 button for yes and the 2 button for no.
Thank you, loyal listeners. Okay.
Yes.
Albert, thank you for another 10 Canadian. I didn't like the Spider Toby. I think he was poorly directed by Sam Raimi, and I feel that Spider Garfield wasn't given a fair shake because his movies are bad. I like Spider Tom overall. Well, I love Toby's my favorite. I mean, that paved the way, I think, for these superhero films, and it's just like the emotional. Like, I think I disagree with that because I think that Toby's really showed you like the struggle of the hero. Like Spider-Man 2, like Spider-Man 1 is my favorite, but I will never argue with someone that says the second one is their favorite and they think that's the superior Spider-Man and superhero movie, because that was really well written. Like him giving up the suit and not caring anymore, but then ultimately like his hero instincts come back. Like that scene, like it gives me goosebumps still, and it makes me like emotional when I watch it, when the house is on fire and he's like, and he decides like I'm still going in even though he doesn't have his powers, and then he saves that little girl, and he saves her, and then like when he falls and she's trying to help him up, like Sam, don't do this to me right now. Like it's so emotional, but it's so good. And then he's like, all right, and he goes back into it. I think that's what people love about superheroes, and that's what people love, I think, about Spider-Man.
I think
in general is that he's relatable, right? Like how many times have you in your life just like ready to give up, but then like, you know, when it gets tough, but then you pick yourself back up and do what you got to do.
That's I think my biggest issue between like Toby's and Andrew's is the difference in their female love interest, because MJ and Toby's, she didn't give a fuck that he was Spider-Man. She was like, shut up, you're so stupid. My God. She always had an issue. She was always complaining. She was always nagging him. She was always like, why are you a poor? Why don't you support my dreams? Why didn't you show up to my show? I don't know, bitch, because I'm busy fucking saving the city you live in. Like, God damn. And then in Andrew Garfield's, it's, oh, you're a nerd and I'm a nerd. And oh my God, we go to the lab together and we're so cool. And then she falls off of an 82-story building. And obviously their dreams are cut short. But it's like, I love MJ, but man, sometimes she needed a good punch in the face. She was so annoying.
You're right.
Like,
you're right.
know the truth about him, and yet you're still going to complain when he doesn't show up to your stupid show. What? Yes. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Oh, and Stay at Home Hippo's right. They did. That was the one bit weak. Like, they went a different route with MJ and the Toby Spider-Man, and she did understand more of the comics. She was more of like a party girl, like model. Like, she definitely is more like that in the comics, but she totally understood that he was a hero. But then you listen, like, I get where Sam Raimi was going, because if you mix all the different iterations of MJ, I could see why he landed on what he did with Kirsten's. Because have you seen the clip in the animated series where he proposes to her and then she jumps out the window and she's wanted to make sure that like he would save her? I'm like, yeah, the drama, man.
It's like Superman when she jumps off of Niagara Falls. He's gonna catch me.
Oh my gosh,
Superman's gonna catch me. Is that really a bet you want to make?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love how in what is the second or the third, the chat will tell me immediately, of the Christopher Reeve Superman, when she knows and he's gaslighting the heck out of her. I think it's the second one. And she just jumps out the window because she's like, this is going to prove it. And he gaslights her, then uses his laser vision to like have the canopy pop out and save her. And then he's up there,
he's like, that's such a good scene.
He gaslights her so bad. That's so good, man.
It so basically, their dynamic is welcome to Jackass. And it's her doing the most unhinged shit possible. And then he has to save her.
Yes. So my toxic, as a big Spider-Man fan, my toxic Spider-Man trait is that I know Gwen is better for him, but I'm still an MJ girl. I'm still Peter and MJ, but I know Gwen Stacy is better for Peter. I know this, but I'm an MJ girl. Because they have that, MJ. Like, I love MJ. I think it's because like MJ and Peter have that like fiery love, right? Especially in the comics. And then Stacy's more, Gwen Stacy's more like chill and like, she's good for him. Not saying that MJ's bad for him. I will admit that Gwen is overall better for him.
MJ is the type that would try to hit a villain over the head with a crowbar, and Gwen would run the other way.
Yeah.
So actually, priorities.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fight or flight, the fight, it's special. But yeah.
It's special. You know what? Since we're like talking about crazy girls, I'm like, we never go the route here where we talk about real life like drama of like just random people on the internet. I saw this and I was like, I'm saving it for Vera and Virtue. I might bring it up on Saucy because it's also really funny to get Disrew's opinion on this stuff. So a man caught a woman he matched with on a dating app breaking into his home despite never giving her his address. Lindsay Harris even had a bottle of wine and water ice ready in an apparent attempt to spend the evening with him. So this chick breaks into his house, finds it. Listen, like, this is what I'm saying.
Women are crazy.
Women do better research than the FBI, and it's very true. And the ones that are way on the crazier level, they do stuff like this.
They come up with like elaborate plans and schemes and like we have a mental illness problem in this country.
Oh, for sure.
And this is always having to be online and
that made my eyes start watering.
That's too good. But she had a dream and she chased that dream. And you know what? Respect to her. I hope she probably has fun never talking to him again. I don't know. She shows up to his house every day. Maybe she will talk to him again.
Listen, the moral of the story here, fellas, and I've had this conversation with guy friends before who were dating crazies. I was like, listen, I know you're having fun now, but I would like it if you didn't die.
Disappear for a while.
Like, I try to be that friend that levels with them. Like, this chick is crazy. Some of them ended up staying with them like to this day. And I'm like, you're still alive. So props for that. But there's some that are just nuts, right? Like, okay. And JB says, I had a random chick I was talking to online show up at my house at like 2 a.m. and I never gave her my address.
People, okay.
That girl fell in love with you.
I guess it depends on when it happened, because there will be people that will take photos like outside of the front of their house or on the street they live on, or they
Patriots have to leave
will
the
like
country.
post their information online. There are so many ways to get people's info now, between like reverse image searching and addresses. And if you constantly go to 3 different restaurants and post about those restaurants, well, if they're all in a
Yeah.
little triangle, one would assume you live in the middle of those 3 things, and then you search the area with their name and their phone number. And that's the unfortunate part about so much information being online nowadays, is that it is easy to find people.
Exactly.
And it makes people like this, it makes their job, which is stalking and harassment, so much easier.
Yes. Yes.
Whew.
Yeah. So, just be careful on those dating apps. I personally
Yeah.
never tried one myself and I don't plan on it. But everybody be careful, please. Not even just the guys, okay? Ladies, be careful too. Let me get a couple of supers and then we'll talk about House of the Dragon, because we've digressed so much and gone all over on the stream that I forgot about it. And
Yeah. I mean, that's us usually, right?
that's why we're Furbies.
Yeah.
TJ, thank you for the $100. Holy
Whew.
moly. You need super stickers for Chad too. So what
You have fucking people will send you stars and gems and roses and shit. I don't
Yeah.
have that, but I have super stickers. You don't have super
Okay.
stickers?
So I was gonna ask that.
I
because
saw the
can't-
other day someone sent you, I don't know, 42 gold
She's
doubloons.
really
I
mad
was
about
like,
it.
what is this?
I want the
What?
doubloons, okay?
Yeah, I was like, they're so
so-
cute. What is that?
I didn't.
I couldn't
realize
find it.
that. Because I think
Yeah.
we did get. I think some people can send me super stickers because we had one earlier. But that's I had the same thing happen on like Jay's stream, like his morning stream. I can't. I used to always send a cup of coffee, like the coffee
Yeah.
super sticker. I can't send that anymore on Jay's stream.
What?
Yeah, and I can't. I think I can send super stickers.
Yeah,
on yours,
Hokey
so it's
says
a
I
weird
don't see
thing.
the option for super stickers. Hold on, I'll check mine. Yeah, super stickers isn't there.
That's weird. You don't have to send them, but anybody in here, let me know if it has the option. Like, I'm not asking you to send them.
Oh no, I do have
Um,
super sticker.
So some people do and some people don't. That's weird because I was looking like people,
I don't have gift membership. I can't give you membership. That's what was
Dang.
missing.
That's
Because I was like, there's only the 2 options here, but then I read them and I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I have super chat and super sticker.
well, TJ, thank you very much for the 100. And I'm glad that you brought that up though, because I thought that it was just a thing on Jay's stream, because I could send them on like other ones,
Yeah.
but now I have to test it out. The next time you're live, I'm going to test that out. And Wiley with the $20 super sticker. Okay.
Woo!
Wait,
But
TJ,
yeah, also,
use that
chat.
one too.
Yeah, also chat, let us know if you're missing any of those options, if you're missing gift memberships or if you're missing super sticker, because that's really bizarre.
Yeah, it's really, really weird because I don't know if maybe the system is messed up because
Gay platform.
they're adding the jewels thing.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
have the jewels.
So I have Vara doesn't
I'm
have
so
jewels.
confused when I saw it the other day. I was like, what do you mean you have jewels? They're special. Why don't I have those?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look. Maybe it's like a back end thing. We'll have to look into it and see if we have to like turn it off and on, unplug it and plug
Yeah.
it back in. I don't know. That's really weird. Okay. Yeah, Vera has no jewels.
No.
Well, you know what? Even though it's 2026, she's sticking to her, who she is.
Yeah, guess so.
Albert, thank you for the Canadian 5. You have to consider the circumstances that he was brought into the MCU under. Yeah, I don't hate Tom Holland. He's just my least
Yeah.
favorite out of the 3.
He's just
But
not
some of
special.
us, we have the nostalgia for Toby and Andrew.
But they're
And
just
Andrew's-
better actors as well.
I do think that too. Yes. And they, it didn't help Tom's that a big character trait for Peter Parker is that he struggles.
Oh, my phone's playing
And-
audio. I went in. I'm trying to go into the stream mobile. I
You
have
see?
membership. I have gift membership on mobile.
Okay. That's freaking weird. That's
This
very
is weird. Why on one do I have one, but on the other I don't have it?
fix it, YouTube.
But
My
I also
goodness,
don't
give
see
us
a
all of
way to
it.
give you jewels. How the
I don't have jewels either.
You said you had. I've seen jewels in your chat.
I have. I remember. Yeah, I get them.
So what do you mean you don't have jewels? How do you get jewels?
I don't.
I'm so
I don't
confused.
know.
Wait, Rusty just sent you something. Isn't that the same as a jewel? You know what? This platform is just stupid.
We're confused.
You know what? Whatever. I'm too confused.
I need to get that Johnny Depp thing that was like, I'm confused and I want to go home.
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah, I think Jules is a mobile thing.
But I'm on mobile.
She doesn't have jewels anywhere.
I don't have jewels. I've only ever seen jewels in Wicked's channel.
You get jewels by being born
But
a boy.
I can't give the
you.
jewel. I just see other people giving you
So you see everything. Okay, so it's just like a random thing. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well,
Anyway, digressing.
TJ,
blah, blah,
thank
blah.
you for the $10 super chat with the heart kissy faces. And I did, TJ, you sent, I looked because it was like back, the chat was back and there was a $2 super sticker, but is it gone for you now? I don't know,
Maybe.
man. I don't understand this.
Weird.
Please no. Albert, thank you for another 10 Canadian. Toby was a block of wood as Spider-Man and Mary Jane was petty, shallow piece of garbage. At least Zendaya as MJ had growth. Well, she's not MJ. She's Michelle Jones. She's not Mary Jane. So I guess it's two different characters, huh? Even Gwen wasn't likable in the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Yeah,
Well,
I disagree with all of this. I think
do, but hey-
Zendaya is a bad actress. I think that while Mary Jane in Toby's movies wasn't the best woman possible,
for
she
him,
she at least added to the story in some way, even if it was just to add like drama and emotional tension. And Gwen, I love Gwen in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but yeah, like everyone's allowed to have their own opinion. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's
I know. I told you I had
It
a
is
friend
what
who
it
said that
is.
Tom Holland was the best, and you were like, I don't. Are you guys still? Yes, we're still friends.
that friend is
I think
bad friends. L friend.
I think like I said, if you look at like the animated series and the comic books, I understand where Sam Raimi got to that point with MJ because she is like a big party girl in the comics and she's very
Mhm.
dramatic in the animated series. So he put both of that together. And yeah,
Yeah.
I actually didn't mind. I would say Gwen was probably my favorite part of the Amazing Spider-Man. And I will give this, like, 'cause Toby's my favorite, but I think Andrew's physical acting was great.
Yes, I feel like he's such a good physical actor.
Yes. Mark of Reality, thank you for the 20. This afternoon in court, the case ahead of mine was about the stalker lady fixated on her victim. She was allegedly researching her victim while living in a rehab center. Nutty. Woo. Well, you know what? We always tell people to have hobbies. I should be careful telling people to get hobbies because
Yeah.
sometimes they're not good ones. Not that
Maybe
she
like
watched this,
a
but-
community agreed upon list of hobbies you can recommend instead of like
like learn how to
stalking
knit.
and
Learn how to knit.
yeah. Like
So
stalking maybe
something-
isn't a part of that list.
Yeah, let's just not do that.
Like go
Krista-
waste a lot of money on Pokemon cards or draw.
Was that a subtle dig at Ryan?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I never knew that he liked Pokemon this much.
Before he went to Japan, I think in the 5 years I've known him, I've heard about Pokemon twice from him. So, I think maybe Japan corrupted his mind a little bit.
Oh, I had to look it up. I'm like, I don't recognize this guy as Spider-Man. Chris, thank you for the 2. Unpopular opinion, John Bubniak, probably Bubniak, equals the best Spider-Man. So he's from the games. Okay. Spider-Man 2 games. Okay, I gotta play the Spider-Man games. I'm gonna do the one for 64 first.
There's so many good ones.
There's a lot. So that's top on my list. Callum, thank you for the 5. Vera, will you ever fight Balrog and come back as Vera the White? Did I say that wrong?
Maybe the Balrog.
Balrog. Okay.
It's okay. I'll forgive you. But yes, I will. I know this is a hot take. I don't care. Gandalf the Grey was better than Gandalf the White. He was more special. He was just a weird guy when he was Gandalf the Grey. A weird guy hanging out with his hobbit friends, lighting off fireworks. He was just a weird dude. But of course, when he became Gandalf the White, he became more stoic and serious, and he was reborn. I know, I get it. Gandalf the Grey is better though.
Random Ray, I'm seeing what you're saying and I'm agreeing. Have Ryan admit Wicked is a better co-host as a bribe to get cards. It has to be blown up though, like just Ryan on screen, and it has to be clipped.
I'd have to get like some goaded cards.
You'd have to get like
though.
a rare Charizard or something.
I'd have
like...
to get something, and it would have
Just
to
get
be
him
something
Togepi.
crazy. I'd
Just
have to
give
get
him
him some reverse hollow first edition shadowless jungle edition Charizard. I have to get him something wild.
He would say that with a smile on his
We
face and a
need-
song in his
okay,
heart if
we
you gave him something
need-
like that.
We need a spy. We need somebody to farm info from him in streams and be like, what's the card you're looking for most right now? If there was a set, what set would you want to get the most of like right now? We need info, because I can't just ask him, because then he fucking know I'm trying to get it to make him play mixtape or something.
Is Jay still here?
I don't know.
I'll ask
But
him.
we need info.
Jay,
we need
we need-
411
You know what?
scoops.
And in return, for at least a month, Vara will not share the CRT meme. Jay, I will tell
You know
him.
what?
I don't know if he's
If
still
it's
here.
something good, 2 months, Jay. 2
if you get us
months.
the good
Yes.
the good info, 2 months she won't even
Yes.
share it.
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
ask. I don't know. I don't know if he's still in here, but
I don't think
will.
so, but that's okay.
It's okay. I stream with him on Thursdays, so I
It's
got
true.
you. I got us all chat. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
Don't worry. Lime into coconut for 10. Remember the first time we read that? I think it took us a second to
Lime and the coconut. Yeah. Suddenly we don't know what the
real
word
smart.
coconut even meant. We were like,
we got it now though. The picture really should have given it away, but it's okay.
yeah.
Thank you for the 10. Absolutely not Miles Morales or Spider-Gwen. Spider-Man stories are about Peter being isolated by virtue of being Spider-Man. Agreed. When writers add those derivative characters, they diminish that theme. I totally agree, but I think
Yes.
because Tom Holland said that, I'm like, is the next Spider-Man not going to be Peter Parker? So it's not going to be a Spider-Man. It's going to be a Miles Morales or a Spider-Gwen film. That's why
technically Miles Morales is Spider-Man. They just should have from the beginning made him a new character.
Yeah, with spider powers, totally
Yeah.
fine. Like I actually didn't mind the first Into the Spider-Verse. It was fine.
Yeah.
The second one's like, isn't there the third one coming out soon? Like I feel like that the second one came out
think
a
so.
while ago. Like we've been waiting
Yeah.
a while for this. Nightmare Cast, thank you for the 2. The Family Jewels, Homer Simpson season 1, episode 5.
Because we're talking about jewels.
We're talking about jewels.
Yeah.
All right. So, House of the Dragon. What was this episode? 4, 5?
Yeah, 4.
Episode 4. Let me get an
Mhm.
image up on that because we have been just gabbing so much.
We have.
But
But that's just what we do.
I put
so.
season 2 instead of season 3. Who am I? So we'll just pull this up. Why not? I have to admit that it hasn't been as slow as I thought it was going to be. We were both worried that, it was going to be like boringly slow. It's not great. Listen, I don't think they're never going to beat season 1. Season 1 was really good, and season 2 would have been better if we would have gotten the ending we were supposed to get.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't. But I will say that, like, I'm not finding these like super slow. They're not as exciting as the first 2 episodes were, but we knew that was going to happen.
Yes.
So yeah, it. You said who is she replacing? Was like
Nettles.
Nettles. Okay,
Yes.
that seems like I don't know. So we know that Damon is all about family, right? But like it's like they forgot she was missing. They hardly bring it up. She's just like nowhere to be found.
Well, so she technically, okay, so this is the issue, is that she was in the Vale and she was supposed to be escorting the 2 youngest kids to Pentos, which, by the way, those 2 kids were supposed to be the two kids that were supposed to be out in the bay when Jace goes out on the dragon and defends the ships.
Mhm.
That's who he's supposed to die protecting. But she was supposed to go to Pentos with those two kids, but she just left the group to go tame that dragon. Why? Okay, you are telling me that these King's Guard knights that are supposed to be defending them wouldn't tell the queen that her daughter-in-law, cousin, niece, whatever you want to say their relationship is now, is missing. You're telling me that they wouldn't tell the queen, hey, look, your husband's daughter is missing?
Your stepdaughter.
Yeah, and that he would just, and that she would just turn up one day? Like, that is mind-blowing to me and so not believable at all whatsoever.
No. That's what I mean. Like I was thinking about that. Like when he goes to the cave and she comes out, and I'm like, wait a minute. They're like not like. Didn't he like? Was he worried about her like at all?
Apparently
like,
not.
No, and then
because
now
he, I guess,
sudden...
believed that she went on the ship to Pentos with the boys. But why wouldn't then the King's Guard, right, send a raven to Daemon and say, hey, look, your daughter is missing. We don't know where she is, but we're more focused on getting the younger kids to, the destination that we agreed upon.
Yeah.
Like, you just lost a princess and you weren't worried about that, guys?
Yeah,
nope,
that's fair. And
not.
like, and what you told me about like them changing the story, it's like, so again, like I said, they've shown us that Daemon cares about family, right? So it's not like crazy that he goes through these steps to lie for his daughter, but it's just, it seems very like boring compared to what the book story was of him having this intense relationship with another woman and Rhaenyra getting mad about it. Like, that's more interesting, I think. Than
right.
Than her just, I gave him how did you get this? I gave him sheep.
Yes. So there, I guess I shouldn't say it, but there's a leaked image that's been floating around about, I guess I can't really say it without saying it, but basically she is still going to drive the girl, Rhaena. Even though she's replacing Nettle's story, they are still going to use her character as a point of divide between Rhaenyra and Daemon. Yeah, that's all I will say. So it's very different, but she is still going to serve the ultimate goal, which is to, I don't want to say break up their relationship, but break the trust between them. So yeah, I didn't think that this episode was bad. I also didn't think that it was that amazing though. And plus, I just feel like they're setting up almost too many separate stories because you have Corlys and his sons, and Corlys being mad at Rhaenyra, and then you have the Dragon Seeds being mad at Rhaenyra, and then you have Daemon and Rhaenyra arguing and bickering, and then you have Mysaria being obsessed with Rhaenyra, and then you have Baela, who knows what's going to happen with her now that Jace is gone, and she just has like, I don't know, a filler position in this story. Then you have Team Green, which, what are they gonna do? Like, there's just too many things that are going on for it to feel like a cohesive story, because it doesn't truly feel like Team Green versus Team Black. Or I guess the way I should word it is, it doesn't feel like Team Black, which is a Targaryen, versus Team Black, which is a Targaryen. In Team Black versus Green Targaryens, it feels like House Hightower versus Rhaenyra, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I they're all kind of messed up, but like my take on this, like from the beginning, was, that Viserys left the throne to Rhaenyra. So respect the king's wishes. She is supposed to be the queen. And then Alicent, it's like she wasn't trying to be super deceitful. I think she really did just hear it wrong, because then once it clicks that she misunderstood, she's like, oh, crap. Like, I started this whole war and I just misheard.
Well, the problem with that is that
just kind of don't like her.
So the only thing, so I want to give you this little tidbit of context. You know, at the beginning of season 1, where there's the old King Jaehaerys, and he is naming his successor, and he names Viserys over Rhaenys. Alicent was like a 12-year-old, and she poisoned him, and that's why that king died. So, when Viserys, Rhaenyra's father, is dying, they had only been really married not even that like long in the grand scheme of things compared to his age, because he was much older than her. But the point of like conversation was, well, she had killed the last king, and it was it was never explicitly said that she killed him, but that is the very common belief. And so when Viserys is rotting away and then he dies, and then suddenly she changes the story of, oh, on his deathbed he named Aegon his successor, it seems that she just did it again.
Ah, okay.
So
my thing with her is that I just like don't like her. I don't like
Alicent.
Yeah. No, I just don't. So like the way she was, and like my reasoning, like a big reasoning is how she was to Rhaenyra when she was like married to her dad. Like after she had the baby and she made her get up and she's like bleeding all over the place. Like some of that, I'm like, okay, that is just like just catty. I'm gonna use my power just because I can.
Again, in the book, this woman, Alicent, was like 22 beefing with a 9-year-old, because Rhaenyra was like 9 years old.
Okay, so they changed their ages.
They changed their ages a lot to make them more of like, they were friends initially.
They were girls together.
Right, to add that level of like drama and female relationship. But she hated that. She was ready to fucking kill that 9-year-old. She did not care. They hated each other, even though she was a kid. So, yeah.
All right. And so what's his name? Is it Ormond? Hightower?
Yes.
Like, is he's not the same in the show as he is in the books, right? Is he more important in the show than he was in the book?
In the book, he wasn't described in depth. We know that he was kind of important because he led a lot of the forces for Team Green, but he's getting a lot of screen time in this, which, makes sense. He's a commander of the Green Army. He is like an important part, especially when you bring Darren into the mix. But I don't really know where they're going to go with this whole he's sensitive to smells angle. Like, are they going to drop a fart bomb on this city?
Like, what? Poop on him?
Well, yeah, like what's going to happen? I don't necessarily know. But yeah, it's a very big actor. This actor is amazing. I'd love to see this actor as James Bond. He's my personal number one pick at the moment. But yeah, I don't know where they're going with any of these storylines, to be honest.
You're right. They're all over the place with it. And it's like,
there's too many.
It's like they're trying to shove so much because of how we summoned Jay. Jay, we have a mission for you. I will text you about it later.
Yes.
Now thanks for coming in and saying fart bomb, because now
you're off topic. Yeah. Don't know where they're going with the story. Yeah. Like, who in the hell knows?
Yeah. Who knows? I'm just like along for the ride at this point. Like, let's see what happens. So do you think what's the son's name again? Him?
Darren.
It is Darren. Okay.
Yes.
This is also an AI picture, I think.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm like, I don't know. Did I like miss that part? Did they dye his hair, or does he have the Hightower hair? He doesn't have the.
He has the Hightower hair.
Okay.
But that's a change
from the book.
Because in the book he was blonde.
Okay. All right.
Which, by the way, those rumors from a year ago were true, because the fake Darren actor was the transgender actor that was rumored to play Darren. So those leaks weren't even false. Not the darker haired actor, the one that Damon went to go and collect, which was the fake. That's that transgender actor.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, yeah, I mean, like, it's not that they're boring me to death. These last few episodes, they don't really feel like filler. If anything, they feel like they're trying to shove too much
Right.
because
It
they're
feels like there's
behind
too
from the
many
filler last season.
storylines that are going on, and how are they going to wrap all of them up in a couple
Yeah.
more episodes?
Yeah, exactly. It's just fine. It's not going
Yeah.
to be better than season 1. So
Nope.
far, I would say Night of the Seven Kingdoms is probably my favorite piece of Game of
It's
Thrones.
goated. I love Night
Oh,
of the
yeah.
Seven Kingdoms.
It's good. Like, that's something that I tell people. I'm like, if you don't like Game of Thrones, you could watch Night of the Seven Kingdoms and you probably like it because it's
Yes.
totally different vibe. It's not the same. But the one thing I will, before we end this, that I like about House of Dragons is it's showing how the Game of Thrones happened. Because when the Targaryens had their dragons, there was no game. It was all Targaryen because
Right.
they had the dragons, right? So then obviously Daenerys comes and changes the game again. But it's like if their dragons didn't go extinct, then Game of Thrones never would have happened. They would have just
Right, and
always been a Targaryen in
and
power.
the dance is really where the dragons started to go downhill because like
Yeah.
90% of the dragons were that they had were killed during the dance. So this is like the downfall because they start at this height and then it tanks. The rest of the dragons die off. None are being born, or they're being born and they're tiny. Then you
Mhm.
get to Night of the Seven Kingdoms where there are no dragons and there hadn't been for a long time. And then that is like the filler of the 100-year gap between. Well, it's like so you have dance, and then 100 years later is Night of the Seven Kingdoms, all the dragons are gone, and then 100 years after that, the base Game of Thrones show starts.
Yes, something that I would like to see a bit more of, which we're probably not going to get. If they did it, they probably would have done a whole series dedicated to it. Or just something, even if it was like a short film on, or short story, sorry, on Valeria, because that is so interesting. They were like messing with genes. That's why some of the Targaryens have like actual like dragon blood, right? Like, I don't know if it's like that in the books, but that's how they're like making it seem in the show.
We are getting a Aegon's Conquest movie,
and
they would
place then.
So the thing is they would have to show them leaving Old Valyria.
Okay.
At the beginning. Because it would have to be like a massive Dune style movie where they leave Valyria, they get to Westeros, and then they start the conquest, they conquer the kingdoms. But one would assume that we're going to hear and see about Old Valyria because these are characters that would know about it.
Okay. Like, I don't know why that like interests me. I don't know if it'll be done properly. Like, maybe I should just pick up the book, but I want to know more about that because I think that's so interesting that they're like splicing DNA or whatever the heck it was they did.
Yeah. And like the 7 massive volcanoes erupted, and that's why only a couple of because keep in mind the Targaryens were the weakest of the old Valyrian houses. They're just the only ones that survived.
Insane.
Yeah, they were the weakest out of all of them. They were like peasant rulers in Old Valyria.
Wow. All right.
Yep.
I didn't know that. Thank you for that tidbit. Let me catch up on supers and then we're going to end, guys. And we went over a little bit because we've been yapping quite a bit today. TJ, thank you for 5 more gifted memberships. Much appreciated. Welcome to the Potato Squad, everyone. And thank you for all the love today. And Albert, thanks for the Canadian 2. I saw no evidence that Sam Raimi ever read a Spider-Man for 20. Sorry, what did I say? 2?
2. It's okay.
Oh my gosh, for the 20. I'm so sorry.
Stop scamming Albert. Come on.
Sorry,
man.
Albert. I saw no evidence that Sam Raimi ever read a Spider-Man comic other than maybe Amazing Fantasy 15. Mary Jane wouldn't be impressed by a guy's car. If she had a theme song, it would be That Don't Impress Me Much by Shania Twain. I'm not sure what he read, but I do remember like at least hearing that he was a big comic book fan. And like Spider-Man 3 got ruined because of the producers all putting their like
studio leads
because he wanted to focus on like the Sinister Six, Goblin Jr. and stuff, and they made him do. But he admitted that he knew nothing about Venom, which totally. I mean, but Spider-Man 3, like that, just knocked that out. We don't really count that as part of like, and no, it's part of his trilogy, but that's not part of like that Toby's legacy in a good way. Like that was. The studio heads ruined that one so much, but he admitted, he's like, I knew nothing about Venom, and it definitely shows on that movie. And he didn't want to do Gwen Stacy either. And it's a shame that they made him when he wasn't ready, because I would have liked to see a proper Gwen Stacy in Toby's universe.
Yep.
But yeah, that was all studio heads. That's why Spider-Man 3 went over so badly. And that is, like 1 and 2 are good, 3, no. But I can't like speak for him on what he has read. I just have seen that he was a big comic book fan. I just don't know which ones he read. I think
Yep.
I did read something about like the classic ones, like the Golden Age. That was like what he read, but again, I don't know. Thank you for the 2, Mark of Reality, because Damon is in fact Uncle Daddy.
Yep.
I mean, yeah,
He kind of is.
he kind of is. And Albert, thank you for another 5 Canadian. In closing, Raimi Spider-Man stinks, and his depiction of Mary Jane is why he got her completely wrong, especially in Spider-Man 3 with John Jameson. Yeah, we don't talk about Spider-Man 3. I get your grief with 3. I don't agree with everything else because I do really like Tobey's Spider-Man. But yeah, I can see. But with every superhero comic, they take liberties. It's just kind of how it is. But you are lying. Bully McGuire is the goat. Listen, Bully McGuire is the goat.
I like Bully
for
McGuire.
memes, for the memes.
Yep, for memes, but sometimes memes are all that matters.
But
But
get your rent when you fix
mildly
this damn
agree.
door. And I have Kicks. I'm so sorry, guys. I usually have Kick open, and I totally forgot today. Kusiga, did I pronounce it right? Kusiga, thank you for 2 times setting 2 hype 10 kicks. Thank you so much. And I wish it showed up on StreamYards. Bully McGuire's dance is perfect. Yeah, I mean, hey, if only I had moves like that. But we have gone over, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. This was a very fun stream as usual. And next week we'll be over on Vara's channel talking more
Everything.
about stuff. So make
Yep.
sure you sub to Vara if you are not, and also her second channel. And also make sure you check out my second channel, please. I've been away for a couple days, so I will get back to uploading videos over there and putting clips and all that stuff. But what do you got going on? Are you gonna play more Assassin's Creed?
Yep, I'll be streaming Black Flag Resynced tomorrow, and then I think that I'm gonna have to finish it on Saturday, but between those 2 days I'll finish it up, and then I'll be back to the Doom the Dark Ages DLC to wrap that up too, and then next week new games start to release.
Yes, and eventually we will be playing Resident Evil 5. We'll figure that out, and we will lock that down, and then also the watch parties for Lord of the Rings 2 and 3 on Patreon. So look out for that. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. You guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out. Go say hello to the ladies over at Poor Choices, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.